Hey there, folks, and welcome.
Testing 1 2, testing 1 2, testing. Test 1 2, testing 1 2. Well, good evening, basketball fans. Welcome to Freeburg Courts on the campus of Mississinewa High School for tonight's girls basketball action featuring the Wabash Lady Apaches and the home team, the Mississinewa Lady Indians. Hello again, welcome live to Mississinewa High School. Dalton Bishop alongside Josh Dakin, Ryan Scott with us also here tonight. Josh, it's been a long time since we've got to call girls basketball in the regular season and postseason. We got to see a scrimmage last week, but now it's regular season. It all counts now.
Yeah, the last time we saw any girls basketball was, of course, the scrimmage last week, but at Norwell last year. So it'll be exciting to see what the girls bring. We're going to talk a little bit about their contest Saturday. What a beautiful game it was for the Indians. We'll go ahead and expand on that a little bit, but it's just a great feeling to be back in the gym and get this going. And as you know, boys basketball first official practice started today, so it's good to be back on that scale as well.
Yes, sir. Saturday, the varsity only. So the varsity team only got to play. This is the JV's first game of the season. They were supposed to play Saturday at Kokomo Taylor. Kokomo Taylor did not have enough girls to have a JV team, so that's why the JV did not play on Saturday. Well, they're ready to play here tonight, and the varsity is 1-0 on the season. We'll talk more about that come varsity pregame. But right now, it's all about the JV. There's 5 minutes to go before we get the JV season underway here in Gas City. And Josh, looking at the JV roster, they're pretty young.
Yeah, they're real young. As you look at it from here, I mean, you can see there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 freshmen down there for the Lady JV team. 5 freshmen.
I've got 5 freshmen, 3 sophomores, and just 1 junior.
That is a very young basketball team.
Looking at the Wabash Lady Apaches, they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 freshmen, 1, 2, 3, 3 sophomores, and 2 juniors to make their junior varsity roster. The Wabash Lady Apaches coached by Joey Till. The Lady Indians coached by Laura Friday in her first year at Mississinewa. And Josh, I think you know a little bit about her and where she came from.
Yeah, so she came from Evansville with Coach, well, her and Coach Tandy both were at Evansville. They both were not at Evansville at the same time, but they both went to Evansville. Tandy, I believe, she is fresh off. She's fresh off playing there. I think this is her first year out of college. I mean, she looks real young. She's got that young vibe to her. She brings the young energy. So she is a refreshment to the Mississinewa JV team. Now, it might be a struggle at times for the JV team this year since they're so young, but she's definitely a good coach, and she brings the energy. So it's going to be good to see from her and her ball club what they bring to the table, because they did not get to play Saturday due to Taylor not having a team. So it'll be interesting to see what they bring to the table.
Yeah, I'm very excited to see the JV team play. Just looking at some of the girls, I know them personally. They are very, very talented and very athletic. A lot of these girls had played volleyball. Daryl Watson had played volleyball. Jenna Berryhill played volleyball. Casey Sands played volleyball. And then looking at some of the other girls that are on the junior varsity team, Lakin Emmons and Taylor Ulrich both played soccer. So that's 5 athletes that came from fall to winter in the transfer. So you know they're definitely in shape and ready to go.
Yeah, definitely. And I just want to say real quick, a big congrats to Coach Tandy. I know we were going to talk about this a little bit later, but I think we need to address the elephant in the room real quick. Coach Tandy picked up her first win as a Mississinewa Indian and the first win of her career here at Mississinewa. So it's just fantastic to see the new coach come in and get her first win. So we just want to say congrats to her. We wish her the best of luck the rest of the season. And just, you know, she's going to bring the energy this year. So that's something we'll talk about later. We'll talk about the score and everything later. But I just wanted to give her a quick congratulations.
Yes, definitely. And we're going to talk to Coach Tandy at the at halftime of the junior varsity contest. We're going to do a live interview with her before the game. That's at the JV halftime, and then we'll do a post-game interview with her also live at the conclusion of the varsity contest. Well, we've got about 2.5, 3 minutes before we get things underway from Gas City. We'll step aside for 2 minutes and come back with the starting lineups. This is Lady Indians basketball on the Tribe Sports Network.
The Mississinewa Lady Indians. Championship is presented by Open to CIC Mississinewa High School. Your admission to this athletic event entitles you to enjoy exhibition skills developed by the student athletes. Please give these athletes your encouragement and support. Efforts toward positive balance of all these athletes is greatly appreciated. Bullying, taunting, or intimidating officials, coaches, or athletes is unacceptable and unsportsmanlike. I'd like to introduce you to the lineups for this evening. First, for the visitors, the Wabash Lady Apaches. Front starters, available for substitution. Number 4, Madison Lutz. Number 12, Isabel Davis. Number 21, Elaine Truman. Number 23, Jordan Stumpo. Number 24, Brooke Foley. Number 33, Bridget Beebe. Number 35, Sarah Hall. Number 44, Olivia Short. Now for the starters. Starting at one guard, 5'3" sophomore, number 5, Maya Benish. Another guard, 5'5" sophomore, number 10, Taylor Johnson. Short guard position, 5'5" junior, number 13, Haley Graff. One forward, 5'6" freshman, number 22, Nikki Gunderman. And at the other forwards, 5'10" freshman, number 22, Raya Wyatt.
Well, welcome back to Mississinewa High School. Ready to get things underway. The starters for Wabash is number 5, Maya Benish, number 10, Taylor Johnson, number 13, Kaylee Graff, number 22, Tristan Vigor, and number 42, who is not listed on our roster. We'll try to get you her name as we go on. Starters for the Lady Indians is a 5'5 freshman, number 22, Daryl Watson, a 5'6 sophomore, number 14, Laken Emmons, a 5'3 sophomore, number 30, Jasmine Horvath. In the middle for the Lady Indians is a 5'7 sophomore, Jenna Berryhill, and also at starter is a 5'7 junior, number 31, Sierra Vasquez. Shot inside, no. And Wabash going to bring it back out. It's the first time we got to look at the Lady Indians so far in the 2017-2018 season.
The officials for tonight's contest, Mr. Jerry Saunders, and I could not remember what they said the other official's name was, but Mr. Jerry Saunders, we've had him for many years here.
Here comes a steal by Watson. She's running the court. She's going to go up with a left hand, and she's fouled and going to go to the line for 2. I don't know if that was necessarily, she got hit on the hand, but maybe a little bit of body, but they're going to call it, and Watson going to go to the line for 2 free throws to try to get her season underway with a couple of points.
Yeah, definitely a very reasonable call there.
Watson nails the first.
Or should I say generous call there for the Indians.
One more for Watson. Pretty solid free throw shooter. This one also up in nothing but the bottom of the net. Daryl Watson gets the first 2 points of the JV Lady Indians season, and the Lady Indians lead by 2. Here comes Lady Indians with a full court press. Wabash finally gets out of it and knocked away by Watson. Daryl Watson playing great defense now. So, Josh, so far so good in the JV contest.
Yeah.
Running baseline was Benish, and Watson knocks it out again. Lady Indian defense staying solid.
Tell you what, she has an eye for the ball, and she's going to get to the ball.
Watson all over it. They're looking for the pass. Pass is floated up, knocked away by Horvath. She's running. Good defense so far in the opening quarter. Ball knocked out of bounds, and it's going to be Apache basketball. Again, this is IHSAA girls basketball action live from Mississinewa High School between the Wabash Lady Apaches and the Mississinewa Lady Indians. Benish inside, goes up, no good. And I think Jenna Berryhill may have got a piece of that one. So mark her down to the block.
Yep.
And so far, it's 2-0. Wabash somehow keeps getting the ball knocked out of bounds. Inside, it looks like she may have double dribbled. Now it's picked up by Berryhill. She's going to throw the ball down to Horvath. Horvath goes inside, finds Vasquez where it's knocked out of bounds off of Lady Apache. And now it's Lady Indian basketball. Daryl Watson going to inbound the ball. Gets it to Berryhill, off the glass and put it in. So Jenna Berryhill with a basket off an assist on the inbounds pass from Daryl Watson. Lady Indians playing that full court press. They like to wear teams out.
Yeah, and you're going to see this in the varsity team, too. They both run about the same type of deal, so expect to see this both JV and varsity. Love to press, love to run the ball, throw it down the court, and go, go, go is the philosophy now.
Inside, and it's fought for. Watson lays out for it, and now it's knocked around. Somehow the Lady Apaches come away with it again, driving baseline, and kicking it back out was Graff. Inside, looks like there may have been a travel, but no call. That was Taylor Johnson. We got a jump ball. Possession goes to Mississinewa, so Lady Indians jumping out early here in this JV contest. Josh, you like the intensity so far from the JV Lady Indians here?
You know, I really do like the intensity, even though they turn the ball over here. I love this style of basketball that Omega is putting in for the Indians, and even Coach Friday. Compared to last year, it is a totally different pace of game, and it's a totally different philosophy. I love to see this change. Sometimes there's nothing better than change. And change, it looks like it's benefiting the Indians very well.
That foul is going to go on Lady Indian number 22, Daryl Watson. It's going to be her first foul, and the team's first of the game with 5:06 left in the first quarter.
But so far, I love the defensive effort so far. I mean, so far we've seen Daryl Watson all over the place. That's a good thing to see if you're Coach Friday.
Here's Lakin Emmons, gets to the sideline, knocked into the scores table, and we're going to have a foul.
I like how Lakin drove it down the court like that. She's got to keep her head up, though, because Horvath was over on the opposite side wing ready to go and bring that to the basket. So got to look up as you're driving down the court.
Emmons again gets it across half court where she's pressured, and now she's going to bring it back out. Gets it over to Watson. Watson up top, looking. Now she's going to dribble to the left. Kicks it to Berryhill. Berryhill going to launch a three. This one short. Rebound, Lakin Emmons knocked to the floor, and no call.
And you know, from the scrimmage to now, I know we didn't get to watch the JV very much, but doesn't this look like a whole new basketball team?
It definitely looks like a whole new basketball team. We didn't see this much intensity and this good a defense in that scrimmage, but if I was to count the deflections Watson has had in this first, 3 or 4 minutes of this game, I bet she's up to about 6 or 7 already.
Yeah, and Jenna's got 3 or 4 herself. But if you think about it, in the scrimmage last week, they got outscored 14-4.
Here's Watson. She goes inside, floats it up, and she's fouled and going to go to the line for another 2.
And that's a good foul there by the officials. She drove it, she got hammered, and she's going to get rewarded here. And as you've said and as we've seen, she is a very good free throw shooter.
I liked how Watson saw the chance to get inside, and she went inside, floated up, and drove the foul.
Yeah.
This free throw by Watson is good. She's got 3, and the Lady Indians lead by 2.
That's just good basketball. When you see an opportunity to attack, you need to attack, and she did a good job there.
Candace Downham and Casey Sands into the lineup for the Lady Indians. This free throw short from Watson, and she is 3 of 4 at the line here tonight.
Also, I want to say real quick, weak side rebounding is much better here for the JV team so far.
Looked like there may have been a walk.
She walked.
There's a 3 that just rattles in by Vigor, and now the Lady Apaches take the lead 6-5.
You want to know what we call that? We call that a brick.
Here comes Watson driving to her left, and now brings it back out, and I think she's going to set up the Lady Indian offense, and they are.
You know, she's a good little basketball player.
She gets it to Berryhill. Berryhill turns around, wide open jumper, and puts it in.
That's a good-looking shot there by Berryhill. She could get some varsity time this year, it looks as so.
Daryl Watson with that assist. Watson with 2 assists. She also has 3 points. Rebound comes down to Berryhill. Now she's going to dribble it out of the pressure.
She's going to push it down herself.
She's going to get it to Daryl Watson at the volleyball line, and now Watson's going to slow things down and set the offense up. Gets it to Berryhill. Knocked away. Now she's all over it. Gets it to Casey Sands. Sands looks. Now she's going to dribble. Gets it over to Vasquez up top of the volleyball line. Lady Indians look a little bit confused here.
So this is what I want to say real quick. They look very stagnant. And what I mean by stagnant, you just see 5 white jerseys just standing around. The way to fix that, continue to swing and move the ball and run motion. If you don't have anything, motion pattern, something. You have to get into a rhythm. And if it keeps... Okay, Wabash calls a timeout.
So number 21, Raven Gibson, does check into the lineup for the Lady Indians. And Josh, when I sit here and I see her check in, I just want to make a comment. Folks, those of you watching at home and those that are here that can't hear me, this is Raven Gibson's first ever minutes playing basketball. Ever.
You're kidding.
Her first ever minutes in her whole entire lifetime of playing basketball.
Who's that?
That's number 21, Raven Gibson, who just checked into the lineup.
Interesting. She's ready to go.
From the start of tryouts to now, she has learned how to shoot a basketball, dribble the basketball, shoot free throws, play defense, and everything.
That's an awesome story. And, she's trying to figure out. Okay, this is interesting. Hey, I give her all the credit for getting down there and trying her darndest to play the game. That is what basketball is about, teaching people a skill.
Here's Watson going to drive inside, threw up a wild shot. I think she tried drawing the foul. That was not a very good shot.
Yeah, not a good shot at all. Bad shot selection.
Here's a shot up. No. Berryhill fights for it, and it's going to be jump ball. I think it's Wabash ball. Lakin Emmons set to check in. I think she's going to give Watson a breather.
And in this case scenario, what needed to happen Casey Sands just kind of sat down there and watched the rebound happen. She's got to get her butt in there and get the rebound.
So Daryl Watson, I think Coach Friday's gonna sub quite a bit because of how much the Lady Indians pressure the ball. It's gonna wear them out quicker. Berryhill playing good defense, and now Casey Sands goes in and cleans it up. Here comes Emmons running the court. Gets it to Berryhill in the corner. Inside Gibson, turnaround jumper off the glass, and gets her first 2 points of her basketball career.
That is a great sign to see. That is just beautiful basketball there for Jenna Berryhill to not shoot that ball and find the wide open player. That's beautiful.
Good play by Berryhill. Gibson running the court.
Look
Good
at
effort
her.
by her. Inside again. She's going to throw it up.
Oh.
This one no good. She wanted another 2.
That's awesome. Did you see her run the floor, though? That is intensity right there. That is somebody that is willing to go out there and put their body on the line for the team.
I think the brightest moment I've seen so far in Lady Indian basketball, besides her first 2 points, is the other day when I got a chance to see them practice. The whole entire team from the JV to the varsity cheering her on to make the free throw.
And that's just a beautiful thing. It gives me goosebumps just sitting up here thinking about it. It is just beautiful.
Emmons gets it to Berryhill, who's pressured. Gets it to Sands. Looks like she was standing
out.
out.
Of bounds.
Pass up to Downham, and she puts it off the glass and gets her first 2 points of the year. 11-8 with almost a minute to play.
Now, did she play last year?
I think she did
right.
at the middle school.
Gotcha.
Shot up, no. She fell down like she drew a foul.
Yeah, there you go. Number 21, Gibson, just got it. She's still young. You just got to be able to get in there and box
Emmons
them out.
splits the defenders. Looked like the ball may have been kicked. The officials missed that one. Berryhill running. Layup at the other end is missed. And too many second chance points for Wabash. They have too many second chance opportunities.
Got to box out.
Lady Indians coming with a few subs. Amaris Hickman, Sierra Vasquez, Dara Watson, and now Jasmine Horvath, all standing at the scorer's table. Yep, 4 players coming in. The only player staying on the court is number 14, Lakin Emmons. The rest coming out. So Gibson gets in, gets her first 2 points. Now she's taking a seat, and another offensive rebound by Wabash. This time she drives baseline, puts up a shot, blocked by Emmons, and now Emmons grabs the board.
See, this is where if I was
floats it up to Horvath. Horvath is going to knock it out of bounds and go into the top row.
That is a no-no in basketball. With 30 seconds left on the clock, you're trying to run the floor no. That's where you want to be patient, slow it down, get one shot. You're up 11-10. Now Wabash has a chance to take the lead going into the second quarter. That's a no-no.
Watson's got to be careful on that kind of a play. She's got a foul and still the first quarter, so she's got to be careful here. Knocks it away. Shot up, no. Another offensive rebound for Wabash, no. Another offensive rebound, and this one it's going to be a foul. Who's the foul going to be on? I hope it's not Watson because it's going to be her second. The foul's going to be on number 31, Sierra Vasquez. It's going to be her first, team's third. Going to the line for the Lady Apaches is Tristan Vigor.
So what have I told you in the scrimmage and today? What are the things that the Indians have to improve on? Guess what happened there? Weak side rebounding. Have to box out on the weak side.
One of the things that we talked about at the scrimmage that we wanted to see the Lady Indians improve on was turnovers, and now as we watch them, it's got to be rebounding.
So far, I believe the Indians have only turned it over one time. Make that 3, I think.
Watson goes back up and gets it. Now she gets it to Horvath. Horvath goes up. May have traveled. She put it up off the glass and puts it in.
I actually don't think that one was a travel. It looks as though her foot stayed planted on the ground. I think that's a good no call by Jerry not to blow the whistle there. After one quarter, here at Friedenberger Court, your Mississinewa Lady JV Indians lead the Wabash Apaches 13-11 here on the Tribe Sports Network.
Back on the Tribe Sports Network with the start of the second quarter. Darrell Watson brings it across half court and sets up the Lady Indian offense. Here comes Emmons. Gets it on the far side. Inside pass. Tried to go to Vasquez. And, oh, they're going to call a jump ball. Oh, my goodness.
That's a good call there by Jerry. Both hands were on the ball, and she took off, so that's a good call.
What a play by Vasquez. She just kind of just stayed with it.
Yeah, most definitely.
Lady Indians pressure on the inbounds, and they called a foul on that play?
There was a little body there, but I believe she was out of bounds before the contact.
So Lakin Emmons picks up her first foul, and now Darrell Watson's going to pick up Vigor in the far corner. Watson takes it again, and now she made a smart move and brought it back out and slowed things down because she didn't have numbers.
That's definitely a good decision there by Darrell just to pull out.
Watson goes back to her left, and
5 seconds.
5-second back to the basket call on Watson.
That is a really good call. And you don't see that call a whole lot. So that's something good to see that they're bringing that back because defense should be rewarded for good play.
Watson stole it, and now Emmons turns around, jumper, but she was hit on the arm, and she's going to shoot two.
And it looks like the officials for the varsity game have showed up, and what does that mean? It's about time for varsity basketball here following the JV contest.
At the halftime of this game, I'll be standing courtside with Omega Tandy, the head coach of the varsity team. And Emmons' first free throw is off the iron and no good. So far, so good for the JV team. Definitely, with it only being their first game this year, I think they're doing pretty well, and Emmons misses 2 free throws. She traveled. Lady Indians were standing right there. She had no option but to walk. Now the pressure comes from Wabash, and Watson's going to pick it up. Now she's going to use the sideline to her advantage. Horvath standing wide open in the corner. Berryhill to Vasquez. Jumper up. Jumper is no good. Emmons with a rebound. No. And fought for and brought away by the Lady Apaches.
I'll say this, though. That is really good ball movement by the Indians just to get that ball moving around, making the extra pass.
Looks like I've seen a lot of walking here, but I think the officials are being pretty courteous of them. Watson playing against the bigger defender. Good defense, and they're going to call a foul on Watson because she did hit her on the hand, and that's going to be Watson's second, and I'm sure she'll probably come out of the game. No, they call it on number 14, Lakin Emmons.
Yeah.
It's her second, and she's going to come out of the game.
I was going to say, I'm pretty sure that's who it was on.
I saw Watson swat at it, so I didn't know if they called it on her, but I guess not, and this free throw up by the Lady Apaches is good, and the lead is cut to 1. While we got a minute, congratulations to the Taylor Trojans on their win last night.
Thank you.
And a big win for the Indiana Wesleyan University Wildcats.
No, thank you. My Taylor boys repping it up. Shout out to Tim Fleming on a beautiful game last night.
Berryhill throws the ball across the court, and now she gets it back. Sloppy basketball here. Now Berryhill's going to run the sideline. Gets it in the corner to Jasmine Horvath. She's going to launch a 3-ball. Long, and a rebound to Vasquez, and she puts it up and in.
And I just want to make a point here real quick. If you look at this crowd right now, this might be a bigger crowd than we had all of last year for any home game, even at the varsity level as well. So this is a good little crowd tonight.
Fans still coming in. I think they're excited to see what Coach Tandy has in store.
And especially with the first game being at Taylor, really didn't have a chance to watch them. I mean, it's good to see them come back.
Watson threw it up the floor and had a Horvath open, and she lost it out of bounds. Watson is pressuring the ball. I'm just impressed on how good of a defender Watson is.
She has an eye for the ball. That's
Casey
good
Sands
defense.
comes away with it. Horvath runs the court. She goes up. Layup is good. It counted in the foul.
I love it. I love that she went for the layup, but also she wasn't looking for the contact. She let the contact come to her, And that is why she got the end one. And we call that the old cherry picker back in the day.
Yes, sir. She's going to the line.
I love it.
For a free throw. She's looking to get her 5th point of the game. Free throw up. Free throw nothing but the bottom of the net. So Jasmine Horvath leads the Lady Indians in scoring with 5 points.
Another little analogy here. We call that the old school way to get 3 points when there wasn't a 3-point line. So that's good to see by the Indians.
Yes, sir.
She got 3 the hard way.
Oh, it looked like she walked and he did call it.
Good call there by Jerry Saunders.
Delaney Truman with a walk. Watson looking for the inbound pass. And she gets it. Al Vasquez running the court. She's not your typical ball handler. And she gets it across the court and does what she needs to do and gets it back to Watson. Watson in the corner to Horvath. Good defense by the Lady Apaches. Watson had the right idea. She was standing open. Didn't see this girl here standing there.
So the way to fix that would be shot fake bounce pass.
Berry Hill launches a 3-ball and right through the net it goes.
Her shot looks good. I mean it.
Berry Hill now takes the lead in scoring for the Lady Indians with
good trap.
7.
Good trap.
I like that. 7 points for Berry Hill. Watson with 4 assists.
Now, I don't exactly what I think about 3 girls trapping at once, but I think they can play a full court trap defense, trap them at the half-court line. In that situation for Wabash, you don't want to run it down the sideline. You want to run it down the center of the court and then advance the ball. So good eye by the Indians to take advantage of them running against the sideline.
Horvath looking. She can't dribble, and now she throws it away.
She was going to get maybe called for 5 seconds. Good hustle!
Steals it and puts it in. So Jasmine Horvath and Jenna Berryhill tied for the lead with the most points on the JV team. Jasmine Horvath with 7 points. Jenna Berryhill also with 7 points. The rest of the scoring, Darrell Watson has 3, also to go along with 4 assists for her. Sierra Vasquez has 2 points. Candace Downham with 2, and Raven Gibson also with 2 points. 3:41 left in the first half. So far, so good for the JV team. Here, back on the Tribe Sports Network. Pressure defense by the Lady Indians out of the timeout. Inside with a layup for the Lady Apaches.
That's a good draw there by Coach out of the timeout. Horvath for 3. Beautiful shot there by Horvath. 26-15. Lady Indians lead the Apaches. And they're playing beautiful basketball. Layups up, no good. Rebound Wabash. She's on the sideline, or on the baseline, out of bounds, Indian basketball. So Darrell Watson brings it up, advances it to Jenna Berryhill. And to Gibson. Gibson's 2 up, no good. Fights for the rebound is number 21, Gibson, and number 31, Sierra Vasquez. There'll be a foul call on the play. It'll be on number 31, Sierra Vasquez. That is her second. Inbounding is the Apaches of Wabash. Five for Wabash, brings it up the floor. She's got a wide open lane, lays it up, foul on the play. I believe the foul on the play was on Horvath. No, foul's on number 31, Sierra Vasquez. That is her third of the contest. Lauren Friday might want to think about pulling her out of the game here with 2 minutes to go with 2 fouls. First shot's up, no good by number 5. Let's get a name on her real quick. Number 5, Maya Binchi. Pardon me if I pronounced it wrong. It is a tough name to pronounce. Second free throw up and is no good. Lakin Emmons over to Berryhill. Berryhill juggles the ball over to Emmons. Emmons to Watson. Good ball movement by the Indians. Little feed to Emmons, out to Horvath. Pulls it back, no good from deep 2. She did a little shake and bake. It was no good. And 13 for Wabash. Throws it down to number 10. Into the hoop. Good. Light work there for the Apaches that the lane was wide open.
You know, Dalton, the Indians feel more relaxed this year than they were last year. And you can tell a big change in them.
Yeah, and that is a beautiful feed from Jenna Berryhill into Gibson for 2. And this is her first minutes of basketball in her career. And she scored 4 points here in the first half. So that's beautiful to see by the Indians. And she travels on the play. It'll be Mississinewa basketball, 28-17 with 1:30 to go here in the first half. The Indians look really good here defensively and offensively. Lakin Emmons with the ball. Looks down the field, and they're going to call a carrying violation on Lakin Emmons. Takes 4 seconds on the clock before the next foul, and it'll be Wabash basketball. Number 22 for Wabash with the ball, and they're swinging it around the top. 22 catches the ball, 3-point basket on the way, and it's good. Number 22 is Tristan Vigar for the Wabash Apaches. 13 with the steal, back over to Vigar, in to number 5. Pass will be broken up. It'll be Mississinewa basketball. Just kidding, to be Wabash Apache basketball. No, I was right the first time. They called a jump ball possession, Mississinewa. Dara Watson the inbound for the Indians, and they make a substitution. Casey Sands inbounds it. Dara Watson with the ball now, brings it up the floor, over to Jenna Berryhill. Berryhill at the volleyball line, thinks about it, gives it to Watson. Watson over to Downham. Downham back to Watson at the top of the key. 38 seconds on the clock. I believe they're going to hold for 1. Casey Sands with the ball on the right wing. Thinks about it, over to number 12, Amaris Hickman, and she turns the ball over. 23 seconds on the clock here in the first half. 21 with a 3-point basket, and it's good. Delaney Truman with a 3-point basket. Watson with the ball with 10. Swings it over to down and back to Watson for 3. Got it! Darryl Watson for 3 with 2 seconds remaining on the clock. And that'll do the first half here at Mississinewa High School on the Nicholson Realty scoreboard. Mississinewa 31, Wabash 23. We will be back here in about a minute on the Tribe Sports Network, back with Dalton Bishop. Never mind. We're back a little bit early here on the Tribe Sports Network. It's halftime. Here in a minute, Mrs. Tandy will be joining Dalton Bishop for the pregame interview here at halftime. We'll send it down to Dalton here in a few seconds, I assume after the Lady Indians get done talking in the locker room. We just want to talk a little bit about the game so far here with Scott here, Ryan Scott. 31-23 at halftime. What did you pick up from the Indians here in the first half?
You know, especially in the first half, you know, they played very smooth. You know, last year, you know, they played good, but not as good as this year. They're handling the ball better, getting more shots up. And if they can play like this all year, they'll be perfectly fine.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I think the up-tempo aspect has really helped the Indians. And I think defensively they're so much more sound, and they have more energy. They have the likability to play defense. They're willing to play defense compared to last year. I'm not saying it's anything against Kaylee Barnes. I just don't feel like they preach defense like Omega does. I mean, I've been to every single one of the girls' practices this year, and it's unbelievable what they do. I mean, they don't take any seconds in between drills. It's from one drill to the next, to the next, to the next. They're up-tempo. They love to go, and you can see it paying off because it helps them condition. And as you look so far, the JV team, they're up and down the court like nobody's business. I mean, it's like a fire truck going to a fire. It's unbelievably fast. It is just crazy.
Test 1, 2.
So that was just a test on our wireless microphone as Dalton heads down to the sideline to catch up with Coach Tandy. But as we were talking, the defense looks so much better for the Indians, as does the offense. And we haven't even seen the varsity contest. We don't even know what they're going to bring. We saw when they played Taylor that it was unbelievably good, high-scoring affair. They're going to score a lot of points. They're going to turn the ball over a lot. And they're going to give up some points. But as long as you score more than you give up, you're going to win the basketball game no matter how it goes.
Yeah, like you said, you know, there's more communication on the floor. And when Coach Tandy enters the gym, it's basically her second home, and it's almost like a college aspect.
Yeah, so we're going to go ahead and send it down to Dalton Bishop on the sideline.
Thank you so much, Josh, down here at halftime of the JV contest with Coach Tandy. Coach, you coming in off of a win, your first ever win at Mississinewa, defeating Taylor 75-54. How does it feel to get that first win?
Well, we're really excited about the way our girls played, the energy that we brought, but that game's over, and we have to take care of business tonight. You know, we're fired up and ready to go, so I'm hoping that we show that same level of energy and effort tonight.
What are some of the things that you saw Saturday that you felt like you needed to work on for tonight?
We absolutely need to make layups. I mean, we had 52 chances at the basket, layups, and we didn't make all of those. We made about 25 or 24 of those, and so we definitely need to put the ball in the basket when we have the opportunities to score. I thought we shot the ball well from the three. We were 4 for 14, and I'm not complaining about that, but we definitely need to cut back on our turnovers a little bit more. We had 21. Want to bring those back some, and then put the ball in the basket. Those are things that we should have corrected tonight.
I heard you earlier this week at practice talking about the difference in layups. If you'd have made over, I think it was like 26 and 52 or something like that. If you'd have made those layups, you'd have had 140 points. Yeah. So is that something that obviously you discussed in practice?
Absolutely. We showed the girls on film the opportunities that we had to score, what would happen if we made our free throws, we missed 8, and if we had made those layups and we scored in the hundreds. I think that it was an eye-opener for the girls to realize that this is the style we play, and if we put the ball in the basket, we'll be excited about the result.
Coach, thank you for your time and best of luck against Wabash tonight.
Thank you.
Back upstairs to Josh.
Thank you very much, Coach Tandy, and thank you, Dalton Bishop, for that sideline report. That is a beautiful, I mean, she is just a sweet young lady. Let me tell you, I have been so impressed with the way she treats her players, with the way she treats the community, with the way she treats her coaches. She has a love for the game of basketball, and it is just so unreal if you think about it. She's so involved in the community. I have seen her at every single sporting event. Any sport I've seen here in the fall and so far in the winter, she's been at. This girl is committed to being an Indian, and she is taking that to the highest level. And I could not think of a better coach to turn a program around than her.
Yeah, like you said, she's an awesome coach. She's an awesome lady. She talked about so many times, and, pregame and, postgame, when she goes out on the streets, she is the most friendliest lady. She'll go into CVS, she'll know somebody, and they'll talk. That's just her, and she is the very laid-back, very nice lady.
So we are going to go ahead and take a 2-minute break, and we'll be back here for the halftime report here on the Tribe Sports Network.
Back here at halftime of the JV contest, the Lady Indians lead 31-23 over the Apaches. Going to go ahead and run through the scoring for the Lady Indians. Leading the JV team in scoring is sophomore number 30, Jasmine Horvath. She has 10 points. Jenna Berryhill with 7. Daryl Watson has 6 points and 5 assists so far in the first half. So 5 assists for Watson to go along with 6 points. Then Raven Gibson with 4. Like I said, tonight is her first ever minutes playing basketball, so she has 4. And then Candace Downham and Sierra Vasquez with 2 apiece. That is how we get to 31 for the Lady Indians. So as you heard, I had a chance to talk with Coach Tandy. She's fired up and ready to go for tonight. And we're getting ready to get ready for the second half. So we'll step aside for 2 minutes, come back with the second half. This is Lady Indian Basketball on the Tribe Sports Network. So back we are at Mississinewa High School with the start of the second half. We'll get ready to get things underway for the second half. 7 minutes on the clock. And Jasmine Horvath leads the team with 10 points. See if she can continue that performance here in the second half. Indians come out with the ball and turn it over instantly. Not the way you wanted to start the second half. So a turnover early for the Lady Indians. And here we go. Taylor Ulrich makes her first appearance in the JV game. She's going to play varsity, but she gets 1/4 of junior varsity. Shot up, no. Shot up again. It was knocked away. Good defense by the Lady Indians. Somehow there's a foul called. No, she traveled. And now the ball's going to go to the Lady Indians. Here's Berryhill. Gets it to Daryl Watson. Now Watson is trapped. Gets it to Vasquez. Vasquez gets it across half court, what she needs to do. Now she's trapped. They're going to have to get rid of it. She throws it off the foot, but we got a timeout. So timeout on the floor. It's a 30-second timeout. 31-23, 6:34 left in the third. Back after this on the Tribe Sports Network. Three seconds in the lane, and the ball goes back the other way. Here we go.
And a good deflection there by Jenna Berryhill. Lakin Emmons picks up the ball. It's foul on the play. Just once again, reminder, it's Josh Dakin, Dalton Bishop, and Ryan Scott bringing you tonight's coverage of tonight's contest. Brought to you by Nicholson Realty.
Here's Taylor Ulrich on the pass from Watson. She got swatted, but I think she may have been fouled too. But a no call. It's out of bounds. So Daryl Watson going to inbound the ball. Here she is, looking. Now she's going to throw it up, and Ulrich comes away with it. She's bumped, goes inside, lets a floater go up. She was hit again and no call. Vasquez fights for it, and out of bounds, Lady Indians retain possession of the ball.
Dalton, let me tell you something, though, man. Taylor Ulrich's a good little shooter. She can light it up.
Good to see the DECA teacher in the house, Mr. Troy Simpson.
We got a few alum in the house. Steve Coiter, Andy Resch, Mr. and Mrs. Everts, and Cody Turner coming to you live from Mississinewa High School.
Good defense by the Lady Indians.
Also Matthew Galbraith.
Getting sloppy here. Knocked away by Emmons, and now she gets it to Watson. Watson going to run the floor. Pushes it up. Now she's going to get stuck in the corner. Emmons inside. Berryhill goes up. No call again.
Also, I just want to give a quick shout out to offensive coordinator of the Mississinewa football team, Josh Crick. He's in the house. Coach Funk's wife's in the house. And also a quick shout out to our athletic trainer, Louis Patriciano. And also want to give a big shout out to soccer coach and Corey Wilson's wife, Miss Andrea Wilson, for in attendance tonight.
And as we are talking here, Jasmine Horvath launches another three and drills it again. She's got 13 points.
Also, Josh Greentree's in the house, line coach for the football team.
And some of the football players coming in now. And here's Daryl Watson, pushes it up. Horvath, layup, put it in. 15 points for Jasmine Horvath.
And let me tell you, this girl's on fire. This is unbelievable what I'm seeing here, folks. They are playing good defense.
A foul, and who's this one going to be on? I think it might be. Its foul is on Lady Indian number 32, Jenna Berryhill, her second, and a timeout Wabash.
And Dalton, I promise this will be the last shout-out I give tonight. I just want to give a quick shout-out to Hall of Fame player Rick Atkinson is in the house tonight. Hall of Fame player for the Mississinewa baseball team. Just a quick shout-out. We'll be back here in a minute on the Tribe Sports Network.
Welcome back on the Tribe Sports Network. 4:28 left in the third. Lady Indians have stretched the lead to 13 at 36-23 with a Lady Apache at the line for 2.
Does this sound all right? No. I know. I'm talking about my voice.
At the line. Here we go. Shot up and no. So missed free throw by the Lady Apaches. And one more to go.
Yep.
Here comes the second shot. And this one is off the glass and rattles in. Here comes Emmons. Running the court, swings it over to Watson. Watson brings it back out to the volleyball line. She's going to look. Throws it over to Emmons. Inside is
Lakin Emmons with the basketball on the right side wing. Watson inbounds it to Taylor Ulrich. Ulrich thinks, gets it back over to Watson, tipped out of bounds. Mississinewa basketball.
Watson going to inbound the ball again. Sierra Vasquez actually now gets it over to Watson. Watson up at top. Gets it to Vasquez. Now Vasquez kind of stuck. Gets it to Ulrich. Ulrich spin move. Floater up. Rims out and no good. And we've got a foul on the arm. Jerry Saunders all over that one.
Yeah, he was. I'll be darned, he was.
Fouls on Lady Indian number 33. Casey Sands, her first, team second of the half. Pressure defense by the Lady Indians. Horvath trying to steal it. Looks like there may have been a travel. This one was blocked by Horvath and out of bounds.
And while we have a second, I just want to give a quick shout out once again to Mrs. Kelly Scott, former basketball coach, and as the big dog walks in the building, head baseball coach, Mr. Mike Scott.
One of the best to ever coach. Here's Watson, fights for the rebound. Watson looks like she may be a little bit gassed, but she's still going at it. Ulrich with a steal. She's running the floor, and she must have touched the out-of-bounds line going for it.
But, to be honest with you, I don't care that she went out of bounds. She hustled to the basketball.
Inside, Vasquez playing defense. Shot up off the glass and in. Just a good shot. Ulrich going to run. Gets it to Watson. Now Watson's looking. Gets it to Ulrich. Ulrich trying to drive around her defender. Now brings it back out to Watson. Watson up top. Dara throws it to Taylor Ulrich. Gets it over to Jasmine Horvath. Now she's going to launch another one. This one a little too long.
I'll tell you what, though, Dalton, she's got the tingly fingers. She's on fire.
Watson steals it, gets it to Vasquez, and she's fouled. Boy, Josh, I'm telling you what, Dara Watson is a defensive machine, and I think I might have to go talk to her after this game.
Yeah, that's a pretty doggone good play there, and she's been all over the floor all night. So I'd say I don't want to bite the bone too soon, but with 3:03 here in the third, I would say she might get player of the game JV, and you might have to get that interview with her after the game.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to go talk to her. We're not going to name her player of the game yet of the JV game, but if she continues this effort, she's definitely going to have to be player of the game.
We're going to go ahead and do something new this year. We're going to get the player of the game for JV and get the interview with them after the game.
We'll do the same for the varsity.
And that'll be a every game thing here at home. That's going to be something new we do this year.
Vasquez goes up. She's fouled. Wabash wants a traveling penalty called. Fans are very upset wanting a travel call. It did kind of look like she may have took a few extra steps. Jerry Saunders says otherwise, says she got hacked, and she's going for the line for 2.
See, that's a call that could go either way. I honestly think that's a foul before the travel. There was a lot of body there that was being endured before she shuffled the puppies.
So Vasquez hits that one, and one more for her, and she misses it. So she's 2 of 4 at the line and has 4 points. Right now, good defense by the Lady Indians. Watson plays very good defensively, as we just talked about. Shot up and no good. Ulrich comes away with it. Throws it to the court and out of bounds, and a turnover on the Lady Indians, and it's going to go back the other way to the Lady Apaches. Amaris Hickman checks into the lineup for the Lady Indians. She wears number 12. She's a 5'3" freshman. Inbounding the ball. Throws it inside. Shot up. And they're going to call a foul on Berryhill. And she kind of chuckles and looks at her teammate and said, "What?"
Yeah, but she swung the arm down. That's a good call there by the official.
Vasquez is going to check back in. I'm pretty sure she's going to replace Berryhill, with Berryhill having 3 fouls.
That's something the JV team's going to have to worry about this year, though, is fouls. They're not very deep. They got a lot of young players, so they have to watch the fouls, and Laura has to do a good job of managing that for the Lady Indians.
She bricked the free throw, and it rolled in.
Sometimes you just throw it up and you pray.
Ulrich to Watson. Watson up top of the volleyball line where she's been most of the night. Dribbles to her right. She's going to have to get rid of it now. She does to Hickman.
Yeah, Friday's down there directing traffic for the
inside.
Indians.
Vasquez looks like she may have got a little bit hit on the arm. Now she spins around, and it's a foul on the floor. She's been getting hacked down there all night.
See, I agree with that, but my honest opinion is if you were going to take it into the lane like that, you miss your shot, and you got a girl on your hip, you need to, we call that a kick out. You need to kick the ball out and reset the offense.
Ulrich, a 3-ball, no. Josh, I'm going to talk to a couple of the Lady Indians tonight. I'm going to talk to Jasmine Horvath also with a 15-point performance and still the fourth quarter to play.
Yeah, I would say so far she'd be our offensive player of the game.
Our defensive
Watson would be Dara Watson as of now.
Timeout Wabash, 38-29, rather. 1:43 left in the third. Back in 30 seconds on the Tribe Sports Network. Back on the Tribe Sports Network. Sierra Vasquez inbounding the ball. Had down him wide open up there. Now Ulrich crosses over and goes inside, kicks it out to Downham. She's going to launch the three way too long, and Vasquez grabs the board, hacked on the arm. She's going to the line. I've heard the whistle quite a bit tonight.
Yes, we have, Dalton. We aren't even done with the third quarter, and there's been 9 fouls called.
Let's see. We're coming up on 7 o'clock. So we're about on time for this game with a little bit of excessive whistles called, and that is a foul on Watson with the body and reaching in. So Watson trying to go for another steal there, but this one not going to work.
Yeah.
Oh, wide open lane. Vasquez steps over. Watson goes to try to get it again, and this time she double dribbled and maybe even walked.
She might have did 2 in 1 there. Killed 2 birds with 1 stone on that one.
Here comes Watson across half court. At the volleyball line, Watson looks, gets it over to Taylor Ulrich. Ulrich thought about launching it. Now Jasmine Horvath in the corner. Nice little pass inside, a little too strong. She had the right idea to get it inside, just a little too strong on the pass.
Also, a quick shout out to Mrs. Heather Schwartz and also Mr. Willie Barnes.
Ulrich shot up, shot good, and her first 2 points of the evening. 41-29 under a minute to play in the third. Nice little crossover behind the back move. This is a forward handling the ball, handling like a point guard. Now she takes it the whole length of the court and puts it in. Here's Daryl Watson controlling the offense. Across half court she goes. Over to Taylor Ulrich. Now to Downham. Inside, they look for Vasquez again, but they're throwing it right to the defender. Good defense by the Lady Indians. Watson all over her.
Well, they got to be close to 10. I was going to say, they got to be close to 10 seconds.
Shot up, no. Downham with a rebound, and Ulrich going to bring it out, and I think they're going to try to go for one, but she just threw it into the first row. The Lady Indians have, in that situation, I know they like to push it, but in that situation with the lead, you need to slow things down and take the one shot.
Most definitely, Dalton. Most definitely. We spoke on that a little bit earlier, but there, once again, that's something that needs to happen.
Another deflection there by Watson. And, Josh, I'm just going to go on record, and this isn't official to those of you watching. She's got to have almost close to 20 deflections tonight.
Yeah, I agree 100%.
I wish I'd have been keeping track of them from the start of the night, and then that would, and a turnover here by Wabash. But like I was saying, I wish I'd have had an official number of how many deflections and how many steals Watson had tonight. And I'll try to do my best to talk to one of the coaches after the game and get that to you on Saturday, as the Lady Indians are back in action at home on Saturday, and I'll have that for you.
And we'll be there broadcasting the game Saturday night at 7 o'clock, right? It's a 6 o'clock tip for the JV team, correct?
Correct. We'll be here with the broadcast.
That is the end of the third quarter here on the Nicholson Realty scoreboard. The Mississinewa Lady JV Indians lead the Wabash Apaches 41-31. We will be back here in 2 minutes on the Tribe Sports Network.
Back at Mississinewa High School at the start of the fourth quarter. It's 41-31. It's a 10-point game with the start of the fourth quarter, and we'll see if the Lady Indians can hold things in control. Jenna Berryhill going to inbound the ball. And she gets it to Casey Sands, wide open under the basket, puts it up and gets her first 2 points. To the basket to Casey Sands, and the Lady Indians lead is now 12. Inside shot up, no. Somehow Wabash gets the rebound. They get it again. Shot up, no. And this foul is going to go on Lady Indian number 22, Daryl Watson, and it's going to be her fourth. No, that's Watson's third foul, not her fourth. So Watson with 3 fouls, the team's 5th of the half, and at the line to shoot 2 is number 42, who we do not have on our roster, but she misses the first. Again, this is IHSAA girls basketball action, JV action. We are here in the first portion, and then we got varsity action coming up following this. Here's a turnover by the Lady Indians. Shot up, no good. Berryhill fights for it. Now Watson comes away with it, and she's going to push it up to Jasmine Horvath. She acted like she was going to spot it for 3. Now Watson, or that was Sands. She kicks it out to Berryhill. Emmons with a rebound. Emmons goes up and puts it in. She gets her first 2 points, and a turnover on Wabash.
What a change of events there by the Indians as they blow the doors off this game.
Berryhill to inbound the ball for the Lady Indians. The lead is 14.
Man, they blew the doors off like you blow it off when you drive.
Once in a lifetime.
That is for sure, my friend. That is for sure.
Inbounding is Berryhill. Gets it to Horvath. Now she gets it over to Lake and Emmons. Emmons back up top to Horvath. Horvath looking, directing traffic. Dribbles back to her left. Gets it to Daryl Watson. Watson drives baseline. Goes up, puts it off the glass, and puts it in. Daryl Watson with 8 points, and I'm going to give her 7 assists and probably about 25 deflections.
That would be an accurate assumption, if I had to say.
Berryhill knocks it away. Watson running the floor.
Look up the floor, look up the floor.
Gets
Good pass.
Good pass to Horvath. Horvath just overran it. And we've got a travel on Wabash, and it's going to Mississinewa.
They call it a travel on Mississinewa. Oh, okay. I was going to say, he
a
pointed
travel on
this way.
Mississinewa. They didn't even have the ball.
He pointed this way.
Yeah, he did. I did see him point this way, but boy, I didn't. Here is Berryhill. Gibson running down to the other end of the court. She's ready to get back on defense.
She's ready to play some D defense. That's good defense. Get in there for the jump ball. That is a good hustle play.
Mississinewa, but as we said, Gibson hustling.
She might be the most hustly player out there.
She's ready to go.
If that's a word.
It's Wabash ball. I don't know what the call was, but they're going to restart the possessions here, and it's going to go to Wabash with the Lady Indians up by 18. Here's a pass. Watson defending. She's got to keep her body in front. Can't foul here. Gibson all over her defender. Right now, the Lady Indians are in cruise control. Candace Downham checks into the lineup, replaces number 22, Daryl Watson. And here comes the inbound pass. Step back jumper, no. And a rebound to Wabash. Thank you to those of you who are watching at home.
Just a reminder, if you don't want to watch it on the High School Cube, you can catch us live on YouTube for YouTube Live MCSC Athletics and go to the event that says Live Mississinewa Girls Basketball. That might be a little bit easier of a way for you to catch the game if you're at home instead of going to the High School Cube. We do broadcast all home events or whatever event we do live on YouTube. Just for a reminder, everybody, if that's an easier way for you to watch.
So Horvath gets the assist to Downham.
Yeah. So with 4:30 left in the JV contest, 51-33. Your Lady Indians lead, and there's going to be a foul on Casey Sands. Looking like she was playing straight up, but the whistle was blown. That'll be her second and the team's sixth. First free throw's up and is no good. So some things we can take away from the JV contest. Number one, it is their first game of the season. Number two, they're going to be 1-0 at home unless if a miracle happens. Number three, defense looks so much better than it does last year. And number four, offensively, the ball, up-tempo, moving around the ball. They're scoring so much more. This could be a dangerous basketball team come late season. And same with the varsity team. If they can continue to run the offense like so, this is a really good basketball team.
Yeah, Josh, they have so much more energy in them this year. And I could see them, like you said, see them grow so much in the middle and the late season.
Yeah, so the thing here is it's going to be myself and Ryan Scott finishing out this JV contest for you as Dalton heads down to the court to get the post-game interviews. And I believe the interviews will be with Daryl Watson for Defensive Player of the Game and Jasmine Horvath, Offensive Player of the Game. He'll be bringing you live interviews here on the Tribe Sports Network, and we're going to see if he can get an interview with Miss Laura Friday as well. So with 3:40 left here in the fourth quarter, my apologies, still the same score, reads 51-33. Sorry, the screen says 47-31. We're having some technical difficulties. It is 51-33. We'll keep you updated as we go along. Jenna Berryhill in the corner. Gives it down to Sierra Vasquez. She turns around, puts it up, no good. Gets her offensive rebound, puts it up and in, and the foul. The 2-and-1 there for Sierra Vasquez, and the score reads 53-33 with 3:18 left here in the contest. Sierra Vasquez comes to the line. I'm not quite sure how many points she has on the night. She has 6 total points tonight. Free throws up, no good. Still has 6. Rebound Wabash. Wabash pushing it down the floor, and it turns it over. Sierra Vasquez with the steal. She looks up, gets it to Jenna Berryhill, but's fouled on the play.
Josh, like we talked about earlier, they're playing good offensively, and they're playing very well on defensively. And I can see, especially the JV and varsity, getting better. Every practice, it's kind of like a college practice with Coach Tandy in there, and they're going to get better by the end of the season.
I agree 100%. And Daryl Watson with the offensive rebound after the free throw. No good. She gets an offensive rebound, throws it up, no good once again, gets it back down the floor. Watson with the rebound, got it stripped away. She got it back. She throws it down to Hickman. Hickman lays it up. No good, but there's a foul on the play. We have not said Amara Hickman's name very much tonight, but I believe she's a freshman, so not quite the playing time that maybe some of the other players are going to get. But it doesn't matter how much playing time she's contributing to the team. First free throw's up and is no good. Second free throw by Hickman's up, and it's good. 54-33, 2:49 left here in the fourth quarter. Casey stands with a steal, gets it over to Jenna Berryhill. Berryhill turns the ball over. Dare Watson to play defense. Looks like she took the charge, but the basket's up and is good. Berryhill inbounds it to Watson. Watson brings it up the floor. 2:20 left in the contest. Gets it down low to Casey Sands. Puts it up and in for 2.
She was wide open in the basket. There was no one around her. Perfect opportunity to score.
Man, she had space from Indiana to California on that one. And an easy basket for the Indians. Jenna Berryhill with the steal. Gets it over to Watson. Down the court. Brings it up. Layup is no good. (56-35), 2 minutes left. And a steal by Wabash. Dare Watson, good hustle, no good though. Layup's good. 56-37, minute 50 to go here in the contest. Watson throws up a crazy wild one, and it's good for 2. It shows Dare Watson with 8. I believe she is at 12 or 10 here in the contest. Also, a quick shout out to Mr. Brody Burbank as he enters the Friedenberger court. Jenna Berryhill with the ball, lays it up, no good. Wabash with the rebound, brings it down the court. Full court pass to number 35, puts it up, no good. Jenna Berryhill rebound. Full court pass down to Jasmine Horvath, 2 up and is good. That is Jasmine Horvath's 17th point of the ball game, and we're looking for a timeout on the court. Or an injured player, I'm not quite sure. 30-second timeout, Mississinewa by the coach. We'll be back in 30 seconds here on the Tribe Sports Network. We are back here with 50 seconds to go in the contest. A pretty big crowd filing in here at Mississinewa High School. Lakin Emmons full court pass to Downham. Downham pulls it back out with 40 to go. If I had to guess, the Indians are probably going to hold the ball and take the victory as is, as it being, we're not going to downgrade the other team, but it's a stomping going on here for the Indians. This is a good Native American battle going on here between the Apaches and the Indians, though, tonight.
There you go. Throwback Wednesday.
Yeah, we're going to change it. Throwback Wednesday. Oh, 21. The bank is open still tonight at 7:15 as it goes off the glass and in for the three-point basket. On the Nicholson Realty scoreboard as the buzzer sounds, the Mississinewa Lady JV Indians beat Wabash 60-40. We will be back here shortly with the sideline interviews with Dalton Bishop. This was the JV contest here on the High School Cube, on the Tribe Sports Network, and on YouTube. We will be back here in a moment on the Tribe Sports Network.
Welcome back on the Tri Sports Network. We're going to send it over to Dalton Bishop.
Standing down here on the court, Lady Indians win that game by 20, 60-40. Daryl Watson and Jasmine Horvath are going to be our players to interview here in just a few moments. They just went in the locker room, so we'll send it back upstairs until then.
Thank you very much, Mr. Bishop. And as we talk a little bit about the JV contest, the winners of the JV contest were the Lady Indians, winning 60-40. Very good contest, game-wise, for the offensive Indians and the defensive Indians. They played very good basketball game from start to finish, and on both ends of the floor, on both ends of the floor. So, as you look down here on the court, you see Josh Greentree, which would be the line coach for our football team, also strength and conditioning coach for the football team, and he will be along as an assistant coach for the girls basketball team this year to get them into playing shape and stretches before games. I don't know if he goes to the away games, but I know for a fact he was here at the scrimmage, and he's here to have a hoo-hawing time before this game. So we'll see how this puppy dog barks tonight. We'll talk some pregame with Dalton Bishop and Ryan Scott in a little bit here for the varsity contest as the buzzer just sounds and the clock starts to go. But we'll go ahead and get the interviews from the two girls and then Miss Friday before we start talking some varsity basketball when Dalton gets back up here.
Thank you so much, Josh. Standing by with Coach Friday after the JV Lady Indians win 60-40. Coach, your first game coaching here at Mississinewa. How's it feel to get that first win?
Oh, man, it feels amazing. I mean, coaching here is great. The girls buy in, and it's amazing. I think every single person on our roster scored, so it feels pretty good to get the first win.
What are some of the things you feel like you need to work on between now and Saturday?
Definitely our press break. We had a couple turnovers on the press breaker that we don't need to have, so we'll do that. And then our execution of our plays was a little sloppy at times, so we'll work on that.
Coach, congratulations on the win. We'll see you Saturday.
Thank you.
Back upstairs to Josh.
Welcome back on the Tri Sports Network. Now we're going to send it down to Dalton Bishop on the sideline.
Thank you, guys. Standing down with our defensive player of the game, Daryl Watson. Dara, we've talked about you all game long. I don't know officially how many deflections you had, but I'm thinking somewhere around the 20 deflection range. Just talk about that. What was the mentality out there on defense?
Really, I was just trying to steal the ball, and that's what I did, so, yeah.
Directing the traffic as the point guard, you had 10 points, 8 assists. Talk about what it's like to run the point guard role.
It's really fun getting to call the plays and telling everybody what to do. So, and I like being in charge. So that's the fun thing about it.
Derek, congratulations on the win, and we'll see you Saturday.
Thank you.
And Jasmine Horvath going to get in here as well. Jasmine, you are named our offensive player of the game. You had 17 points tonight. Talk about what it was like playing tonight. Obviously, you hit a couple layups early. Was that something where you just get into rhythm and then you just start letting it fly?
Yeah, we've worked on it with practice, just so much transition. And once, like Coach said, practice is the hardest thing. Games are easy, and tonight it just felt easy. It felt right. It was great to get back in rhythm. And I give it all to my teammates for pushing and pushing and pushing and putting in the work. Can't do it without any of them.
As a player, what are some of the things you feel like you guys need to work on between now and Saturday?
Knowing who we have, and ball screening, and getting back. Other than that, we'll be good to go Saturday.
Jasmine, thank you for your time, and have a good practice the rest of the week, and we'll see you on Saturday.
No, thank you.
Back up to Josh.
And thank you very much, Mr. Bishop. And as we will take a 2-minute break, and we'll be back here on the Tribe Sports Network.
Yeah.
I just want to go ahead and give a quick shout out to Brendan Gochenauer and Tyler Sizemore on making the men's basketball team here at Mississinewa. Maybe some varsity minutes will be included this year, so it's great to have them along for their 3rd year. Fantastic job, you two. Congratulations, and go get them this year.
Thank you, Miss.
We are back here on the Tribe Sports Network, and before we start talking a little bit of girls varsity basketball and what happened this past weekend, let's go ahead and talk a little Indiana High School football. And we're going to kind of preview the football game Friday night. Just a reminder, fans, if you cannot make it to the contest this Friday, go ahead and make sure to go to YouTube Live, MCSC Athletics, and watch the game from there, or tune into the High School Cube, the app, or the website, and you can watch the game from there. But I'm up here with Ryan Scott, a little bit of the in-track, as he is Dalton Bishop's co-broadcaster for the games for football. As I have to leave the student section, I will not be able to be broadcasting the game, but I want to say one thing real quick, fans. You need to make the trip. It's an hour and 30 minutes. This is the first time that our boys football team has won a sectional championship since 1988, and the last time they won a regional was 1985, I believe. So it's been a long, hot sec since the Indians have made it this far, and you don't know how much it means for the community of Gas City, Marion, Fairmount, anybody that is a Mississinewa football fan. This means the world to them to get here, because a lot of the people that live in the town, the last time we won a sectional was before a lot of people were born. So this is a huge deal for fans. So please make the trip. Where you got a fan bus going. We're going to have parents carpooling. Students are carpooling. We're doing whatever we can to get as many people there, so please come out. But Ryan, as we kind of preview this game, what do you kind of think coming into the game? What do you think are some key points that Kurt Funk and the Indians have to do to pull out the victory?
You know, just like Marion and Western's game, you know, they have to gain the little yards as they can. Yeah. And, you know, not taking things too fast, slowing things down, and that's what they did great against Western, is they slowed some things down, and that's what led them to victory, and I think they can do even better at Greenwood, and I'm excited to watch them play.
Yeah, I kind of like what you said, because I'm going to disagree with you on this aspect. I think the reason the Indians are 9-2 and went 10-0 last year is not because of the defensive end. I think it's because of the offense. The Indians need to go out there, and they need to up-tempo. I mean, every 20, 25 seconds that play needs to be called. They need to be going fast, because let me tell you, a little something here for everybody to think about football-wise, not football-wise. There's going to be very minimal teams in the state that can stop the Mississinewa offense with all the weapons that they have and how deep they can go. The problem is the Mississinewa defense has struggled in big games this year, including Eastbrook, Norwell, and Western. But there's one game that stands out on the defensive end, and that'd be the Marion game. I just don't think the Indians can beat Greenwood playing slow. I think that benefits Greenwood. I think offensively it will benefit us if we play up-tempo football. The only way it would benefit us defensively is if we slow it down and give our defense breaks in between possessions. But I think it's going to be a high-scoring affair, because I think we have to move the football. And we're going to go ahead and send it down to Dalton Bishop on the sideline for – never mind. We're going to go ahead and send it down to Dalton Bishop on the sideline to talk a little bit of Indians football with us. Dalton, what do you think about what we've been talking about so far up here in the booth?
Yeah, I definitely think that the Indians got a pretty good chance this Friday. Looking at Greenwood, they matched up pretty well with the Indians. Both teams come in at 10-2. I think it's going to come down to who has the best defense and who can hold on for all 4 quarters.
And as we continue to talk about this, as you look at it, if you look, let's just say the Indians pull off the win. I'm not quite sure who's in the other side of the bracket, but there's a case scenario where if we win and one of the teams on the other side win, we will host the semi-state game here at Fisher Field.
Yeah, Josh, I think East Central has to win. If East Central wins, the Indians come home to play the semi-state. If Evansville Central wins and the Indians win, the Indians travel about 4.5, 5 hours on a bus to Evansville Central. It's 5 hours and 20 minutes to Evansville Central from Mississinewa High School. So if the Indians win and Evansville Central wins, I look for that game to be played on a Saturday.
Yeah, I don't think that'll happen, though, because all games will be played Friday night. There will be no Saturday games in the state tournament that I'm aware of. I was talking to Kurt Funk about this, and all games will be played Friday evening that I'm aware of. So I'm pretty sure what would happen is it'd be a half day of school here at Mississinewa High School.
I think, Josh, no matter what happens, if East Central or Evansville Central wins, I honestly think it's on a Saturday because it's either a long drive for East Central or it's a long drive for Mississinewa. Or either way, same thing with Greenwood. And if they were to win, I think the game's on a Saturday because it's just such a long drive for either of the teams.
Okay, that might make sense. So that's a little bit of inside track for Dalton Bishop. And we're going to get some final thoughts from Ryan Scott. What do you think is the #1 key for the Indians to pull off the victory this Friday?
You know, like Dalton said, it's going to take defensively, and offensively has a big part in it. You know, by getting those yards, like Dalton said too, Greenwood is evenly matched with Mississinewa, and it's going to go down to the little things that Mississinewa can do to pull off that victory.
Yep. And my keys to victory for the Indians, there's only one thing I have in mind. I know the offense is going to score. Defense wins championships no matter what sport you play. And if the Indians do not come out and play defense, it's going to be a killing down in Greenwood. So they have to play defense if they want to contend. And I mean that from the deepest, darkest parts of my heart. If they don't play defense, it's going to be a blowout. So we're going to go ahead and take a 2-minute break, and we'll be back for Dalton to talk a little bit of varsity girls basketball here in the Tribe Sports Network.
My predictions for the night, Erica's going to have 25 and 10.
Welcome back to Mississinewa High School, and we are getting ready to get things underway with the varsity action as they come off of a win on Saturday, defeating Kokomo Taylor 75-54, led by Erica Foy's career high 28 points to go along with 11 rebounds for her and 4 assists and 1 steal for Foy on Saturday against Kokomo Taylor. Tonight, the Lady Indians have the Wabash Lady Apaches, who the Indians defeated last year. Lady Indians projected to lose this game, according to John Harrell, so I look for the Lady Indians to come out and play with some fire as the basketballs are getting stuck in warm-ups here. Looking at the starters for the Lady Indians, I think these are going to be your starters according to Saturday's game. Elena Webb going to be a guard. Tyler Bartell going to be a guard. Allie Hewitt and Erica Foy are going to be the forwards, with Hallie Plank in the middle. We'll give you the official starting lineup once we get things underway. We're about 2 minutes from getting the national anthem going and the starting introductions here from Gas City. We'll step aside for 2 minutes and hopefully come back and have the start of this ball game. This is IHSAA girls basketball live from Mississinewa High School.
You know what these? Fourth guard position, 5'17", Mississinewa. And the forward, 6'1", 235, Wagner. The Apaches are coached by Matt Stone. Now for the Mississinewa Lady Indians, the young starters available for substitution. Number 12, Taylor Olden. Number 14, Holly Greer. Number 22, Austin Sand. Number 23, Western Ottawa. Number 31, Megan Turner. Number 33, Ryan McKee. Now, for the starting lineup, for your Mississinewa Lady Indians. Starting at point guard, number 32, Elena Webb. Starting at another guard, number 30, Tyler Martell. At one forward, number 15, Allie Hewitt. At the other forward, number 24, Erica Boyd. And center, number 21, Hallie Clay. They are coached by Rebecca Tandy and their assistant, Corey Wilson.
So back on the Tribe Sports Network, ready to get things underway here from Gas City. The starters for both teams at a guard position, a 5'6" freshman, number 4, Carmen Higdon. At the other guard position, a 5'4" junior, number 21, Bailey Yoakum. At a third guard position, a 5'4" junior, number 22, Tristan Vigor. At a forward position, a 5'7" sophomore, number 23, Abby Vinipol. And in the middle, a 6'1" sophomore, number 35, Tabitha Wagner. For the Lady Indians, it is number 32, Elena Webb, number 30, Tyler Bartell, number 15, Allie Hewitt, number 21, Hallie Plank. And that is it for the Lady Indians. Here's the tip, and it's controlled by the Lady Indians. They move from left to right. Here's Elena Webb, gets it off to Foy. Foy's going to look, gets it over to Webb. Webb swings it over to Bartell. Bartell looks, swings it up top to Webb. Webb across court to Hallie Plank. Plank back up top to Webb. Good defense so far by the Lady Apaches. Webb gets it to Foy. Foy kicks it out to Plank. Plank, free throw line jumper. This one no. And a rebound comes down to the Lady Apaches.
Yeah, you know what, Dalton? That looks like a pretty good-looking jump shot there for a big.
Inside, this is Higdon. She turns around and puts it in.
And let me tell you something. You think Omega brings some energy. This coach here for Wabash, she ain't afraid to stomp his feet, take the tie off, unbutton the shirt. Let me just tell you that from prior experience.
Here's a turnover by the Lady Indians. They're first. And Webb blocked it, but I think they called a foul. Holy cow.
And that they did. It's going to be a foul on number 31. Number 32, Elena Webb. That is her first of the contest.
Her first of the contest. And one turnover for the Lady Indians. This free throw by Higdon was up and no good. One more to go for Higdon, and this one is also no good. And Allie Hewitt comes away with the board. She runs the sidelines, throws it across the court to Webb. She goes inside, up, and puts it in. An assist to Allie Hewitt.
She might have traveled on that, but either way, good ball movement by the Indians. And they love to run that tempo. They want to push it all night long.
Here's Higdon going to launch a three ball. This one way too long, and a rebound to Tyler Bartell.
And look at her go. She's looking up the court. She's got good court vision. Swing. Oh, go ahead. And Elena Webb with the ball at the top of the key. She's directing traffic over to Allie Hewitt, and it's stolen away, but it goes out of bounds. It'll stay Mississinewa basketball. 2-2 with 6:16 left here in the first quarter. Allie Hewitt with the ball to inbound. Into Erica Foy at the volleyball line, top of the key. Over to Elena Webb. Webb will think. She'll dribble. She'll set up the offense, and it's stolen away by number 21 from Wabash. Allie Hewitt runs in there to get the jump ball. And it'll be Wabash Apache basketball.
This is something that the Lady Indians had problems with earlier in practice. I got to see them practice, and the pressure got to them.
Yeah, and I believe that's the third turnover there for the Indians. Second turnover for the Indians. So, going to have to take care of the basketball as the game's moving forward.
Bailey Yoakum wears number 21. She was the one directing traffic. She's probably their best player. In the corner, this is Venipol. Looks. Those that are crossed court to Vigor, and now she looks, gets it up top to Yoakum. Now Yoakum's going to direct the traffic. Elena Webb going to pressure her. Now here's Vigor in the corner to Higdon. Higdon looks, gets it inside to Wagner. Those, it looks like she may have traveled.
She traveled.
They did call the travel because she did that little hop step.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
I'll tell you what, though, looks like the Indians are playing a little 1-2-2 zone here. It'll be interesting to see because I know you've been at practice. Have they been practicing the zone?
Not really. They did practice it a little bit, but not a whole lot. And a third turnover on the Lady Indians.
She was out of bounds. They missed that call.
Here's Yoakum. And now Wagner gets it to Higdon. She thought about it. Now Yoakum. Yoakum is going to launch it. This one is short. And a rebound to Elena Webb. Webb pushing it, and she's fouled. And a foul is going to go on Lady Apache, number 21, I do believe, and it's going to be on Bailey Yoakum. I think it's going to be her first. It is. It's the team's first. Tyler Bartel going to inbound the ball to Elena Webb. Don't see the pressure coming from the Lady Apaches this time.
No. I think they know that if they do that, the Indians are going to run the ball and they're going to have numbers.
Webb had her pocket stripped. Little floater up, no good. Foy comes away with the rebound.
Oh, beautiful pass by Erica Foy to Bartel. Good shot, thanks. She puts it up, and she's fouled on the play. She took an extra step. It's clearly a travel. And look at this Wabash coach. He's furious. Down here hollering and hooting at the officials already.
So Tyler Bartel going to go to the line to shoot 2 for.
If I was that official, I'd be scared of that Wabash coach. He's a whole 3 heads shorter. I will not want to be messing with him.
So that shot by Bartel was good, and the second one is no good. Allie Plank offensive board. Looks like she got hit on the hand. Foy puts it up and counted in the foul.
Beautiful rebound there by Erica Foy to put it up and in, and that's why she's considered as an All-American for the Indiana State in general. Last year, I believe she finished third-team All-American. This year could be unbelievable things.
So Foy gets the rebound, puts it up, puts it in, and then hits the free throw. She's got 3 early in this game. The pressure coming from the Lady Indians. Across court. Here's Yoakum up top. Here's Webb defending her. Now Yoakum going to step back, shoot the jumper. This one no good. Elena Webb comes away with the board.
And she got it stolen away again.
That is the 5th turnover on the Lady Indians. Here comes Tyler Bartel back the other way. Now to Netta Turner, who just checked in.
Good pass.
Plank goes up, puts it off the glass. No, she wants the foul, but it's no call.
I'll tell you what, though, there by Hallie Plank, if she could have reversed it to the corner, so they had a wide open 3 by Erica Foy.
Here's a 3 ball by number 35, Tabitha Wagner. That was a 2.
Yeah, they corrected it.
Here is Foy, and she threw it away, and that's 6 turnovers on the Lady Indians.
That's an unforced error there. That's a pass that Omega does not want to have.
She's not afraid to sub. Yoakum goes inside, throws up a little floater, no good. Foy comes away with the rebound now. She's fouled. Foy with 3 rebounds and 3 points. Fouls on number 21, Bailey Yoakum, her second, team's 4th. Yoakum going to check out. I'm almost positive of it, and she is. Kylie Stone into the lineup for Wabash. Here's Foy. Gets it to the middle, and now she's going to throw it, and Webb somehow comes away with it. Inside to Plank. Plank kicks it back out. Now to Netta Turner. Back over to Webb. Launches a 3. Buried it from downtown.
What a beautiful shot there by Elena Webb. I almost thought that she should reverse the ball. Tyler Bartell was wide open. And good defense by the Mississinewa Lady Indians, but they're going to call a foul here on Elena Webb. And that is her second of the ball game. And here comes Madison Dodderwick.
So it's going to be a second foul on Webb. She's going to check out of the game. And in comes Allie Hewitt and also Madison Dodderwick.
And that's devastating for the Lady Indians because we are 3 minutes to go here in the first quarter.
Good defense by the Lady Indians. Netta Turner comes away with it, now gets it to Allie Hewitt. Hewitt swings it over to Bartell. Bartell to Foy, top of the key, jumper, three ball, buried it.
Baby. 3-point basket, Erica Foy.
You can't leave her open or she's going to make you pay.
I'm telling you, she's a ball player, folks.
And a turnover on the Lady Indians. The Lady Indians with a 12-4 advantage, an 8-point lead. You leave Foy open, and she's going to make you pay.
They came out of nowhere, back-to-back threes and a turnover.
Foy directing the traffic now with Webb coming out. Now gets it over to Allie Hewitt. Hewitt picked up her dribble and tries to get it into the corner, and that's a turnover, and that's number 7.
That's another unforced error that they don't need, but Bartell gets it back for the Indians.
She goes up, puts it up, floater, and put it in.
What a good shot there by Tyler Bartell. Very low percentage shot is up and in.
So Bartell with 3. Shot up by number 5, Stone, is no good. And coming away with a rebound is Carmen Higdon. She goes inside, and they're going to call a blocking foul on number 31, Netta Turner. It's going to be her first and the team's third.
That is Netta Cheddar Bob's first foul of the game. And they'll be baseline out for Wabash. But just a quick thing, that time they actually boxed out on the weak side. It just so happened that it was a long rebound on the shot. So far, so good boxing out for the Lady Indians.
Taylor Ulrich and Aubrey Tan check into the lineup. Tan running the floor.
She needs to look up.
She goes coast to coast and no good. She had 2 defenders on her. I didn't necessarily like the shot, but she had a good look at the basket.
Yeah, I'll give her that. She was running down the floor and she was going, but I think if she could have drove and kicked, if she would have drove and kicked it out, they have a wide open shooter in the corner. What I see Omega's trying to teach so far here is when they're running the floor, they want to get 2 to the corner and drive it down the middle and drive and kick. So let's see if they can continue to do that as the night goes on.
Here's Ulrich, and she threw it away. That's number 8 in the first quarter. Shot up from Higdon.
That's a good foul by the Indians.
And Tan fouls her. It's going to be Tan's first and the team's 4th.
Good foul by the Indians, though.
Elena Webb with 2 fouls. Netta Turner with a foul, and Aubrey Tan also with a foul. We've got a timeout on the floor. It's a 30-second on Mississinewa. We're going to keep it right here. And Josh, so far, so good for the Lady Indians. I like the effort.
Yeah, they're really getting up and down the floor very well. Offensively, defensively, they've been doing a good job of just sitting down and playing D for 30-plus seconds. The only thing I would say that they need to change here so far, number 1's turnovers. As you said, they have 8. And that's unofficial, but we believe that's 8. The only other thing I'd have to say is shot selection and driving and kicking, because Wabash is playing inside the 3-point line, which will leave a lot of wide open shots for the Indians.
Yeah, Josh, as you did say, there is 8 turnovers on the Lady Indians. I've been keeping track. So 8 turnovers on the Lady Indians. If they can cut that in half going into the second quarter.
Which I will say, though, I think that was a great timeout by Omega just to get the troops back together here. But they have a 14-4 lead, so, I mean, we're not sitting here complaining or anything. We're just saying.
Any time that you can have a quarter with no turnovers, it's good. But with 8 turnovers so far in the first quarter, you know, the second quarter, you basically want to chop that in half and chop that in half, and then you want to be down to 0 come fourth quarter.
Yeah, and the thing is, Omega only gives her teams 12 turnovers a game. So
here's McKee in the corner to Ulrich. She launches the 3-ball, no good.
That's a good shot, though. That's what Omega wants. You know, run it down the floor. She's open for 3. She gives every single one of these ladies the green light. We talked about this yesterday at practice. She gives them the green light.
Riley McKee playing great defense on Higdon. Now she gets it over to Wagner. Wagner cross-court pass to Stone. Stone swings it over to Vigor, and her shot bounces up and comes back down for a three.
And Dalton, you want to know what we call that? We call that a green bean. Nothing but the basket.
Now Tan launches a three ball. This one was way off.
Now, that was not a good shot. She had a hand in the face, and the ball was tipped. So that is not a good shot selection. The first three was all right. That one's a no-go.
Here comes the subs for the Lady Indians, and a shot up by number 5, Stone, is good. And the lead is now 3.
Wabash coach just said press, press, press. They want to press.
Here's Ulrich. She launches a three ball, followed it, she airballed it, and that's what Wabash wants. They want the Lady Indians to shoot the three, and right now it's paying dividends for the Lady Apaches.
I'll say that, but Omega's not mad, though. This is the kind of game she wants to play, up and down, pull the trigger. And an unforced error, but Riley McKee gets it back. Thought she was fouled on the play. No, gets it out to Ulrich for 3.
This
no good.
One also no good. Ulrich just keeps launching it.
That's the third 3 of the game she's shot with 2 seconds left. Number 12 for 3. No good.
At the end of the first quarter, the Lady Indians of Mississinewa 14, Wabash Lady Apaches 11. Step aside for 2 minutes. Come back with the second quarter. This is Mississinewa Lady Indians basketball on the Tribe Sports Network. Back here at Mississinewa High School, Riley McKee directs the traffic across the timeline. Here she gets it over to Holly Greer, her first few minutes. Now Foy rips it away from her defender. Now Holly Greer, she's going to launch a 2-ball and drain it.
What a good shot there by Holly Greer.
Greer makes the 2 on an assist by Erica Foy.
And her foot was on the line. That's why it's a 2, not a 3. But either way, good shot by the Indians.
An air ball to the far left, launched by Vigor, and it goes out of bounds. Here is Tyler Bartell. She goes inside, over to Foy. Foy gets it over to Tyler Bartell. Bartell at the volleyball line, gonna look. Now Bartell, up top of the volleyball line, still dribbling, gets it over to Holly Greer. Greer's going to look, gets it in the corner to Bartell. She launches a 3. This one, no. Tipped up and rebounding is Wabash. I like the play and the effort by the Lady Indians. In the corner, goes inside.
Oh, she might have traveled.
Yeah, looks
she
like she
shuffled the puppies.
Looked like that back foot made a drag.
Oh, good closeout there by Bartell. Another good closeout by Bartell. These ladies are playing some fundamental defense.
Shot up, long rebound, Tyler Bartell. And we've got a foul.
Beautiful. Hallie playing with a beautiful closeout and box out on the play. And Tyler Bartell with the pass, and she's fouled on the pass. It'll be the 5th foul for the Wabash Apaches.
Allie Hewitt checks into the lineup for the Lady Indians. Here is Allie Hewitt. She comes across the timeline, gets it over to Bartell. Bartell finds Foy inside. She kicks it out.
I think that was trying to go to Holly.
Now it is to Plank. Ooh, Hewitt shuffled her feet, now gets it over to Bartell, and that one was nothing but the bottom of the net.
That's beautiful ball movement by the Indians, and there's going to be a foul on number 14, Holly Greer, her first. But let me tell you, that was an extra pass that really was not needed. That is team basketball.
I've got Allie Hewitt with 3 assists so far, and that's total assists for the Lady Indians. They've got 6 assists in the first half as a team.
That's really good by the Indians. They love to share the basketball.
Here's a 3 ball, and it's an air ball again by Higdon. This one knocked out of bounds by the Lady Apaches, and the Lady Indians coming away with it.
And the thing I love about it this year is Erica's not the only offensive source. They have girls around her that can shoot the basketball now. That's why they're so much more dynamic.
It's all because of the ball movement.
I mean, any person that goes out there on the floor can hit a wide-open jump shot. If you continue to swing the ball and move it, you're going to get a wide-open shooter eventually.
So Foy up top, going to direct the traffic.
Yep. She's
being fouled, no call. Now she's fouled again, and again, no call. Now Foy's had enough. She's going to step up and drink the 3 ball.
Baby! 3-point basket, Erica Foy.
Let it fly.
Holy moly, folks. And a turnover by Wabash. Erica Foy with the ball. Brings it up the court over to Bartell, the corner for 3. No good. Oh, this roof would have came off the building if that 3 went in by Bartell. And we're going to have a foul on number 24, Erica Foy.
Foy is like a jack-in-the-box. You wind her up, and she jumps out at you. Going to the line is Bailey Yoakum. Here comes the free throw. This one is good, and the lead is 10. So Foy, as we said, she had enough there, and then she just finally took it upon herself that she's had enough. She's going to let it fly, and it was nothing but the bottom of the net from dead on center. Here comes a free throw from Yoakum. This one is also good, and the lead is 9. And now Plank inbounds the ball. She throws it over to Tyler Bartell. Now to Greer, and they call it a jump ball.
That's a good call because number 1, she traveled. Number 2, she was fouled. And number 3, they'll offset it and just call the jump ball.
Here is Yoakum. Cross the timeline, Netta Turner defends her. Over to Venable. Across court pass to Parrott, and she put it in. Here is Greer. Greer looks. Over to Plank. Floated up pass to Bartell. Fakes it. Little 2-foot jumper and put it in.
That's a saucy little jumper there by Tyler Bartell for 2.
The lead is now 9. Yoakum, a wild shot, no. Rebound, Hallie Plank.
Throws it to Bartell. Bartell thinks about it, slows it down over to Plank. Plank brings it up for the Indians over to Bartell. Bartell at the top of the key sets up the offense. They're going to run a little set here, it looks like. Over to Cheddar on the, what would be our right side, far side wing.
Turner to Plank, or to Hewitt. Now to Plank. Looks like she got hacked, and again a no call. I don't know what the official's seeing down there, but Plank's been hacked every time she shot it.
Indeed, that was a hack right there, but they are going to go with the no call on this one. Cheddar, good defense. Over 44, she's fouled on the play by number 21, Hallie Plank.
They're calling that a foul on Plank, but you get hit and get hammered down here, and it's not a foul.
And this Wabash coach is about ready to lose his hair. JK, he's already lost his hair.
Here comes the free throw, and it is no good. Madison Dodderwick and Erica Foy into the lineup, replacing Hallie Plank and Holly Greer. Lady Indians with a 9-point lead at the line for one more shot. And this one is no good. Rebound brought down by Foy, and that is her 4th. Now Bartell to her left. Back to Foy. Foy comes across half court. Gets it over to Allie Hewitt. Hewitt has good vision. Now to Tyler Bartell. She's going to launch another one. This one, no.
All the shots are right on the edge for the Indians. I just want to say something real quick. I just saw Omega down there coaching her girls on the sideline. That is beautiful coaching to improve stuff that needs to be fixed. Down there actually into it with her girls. I love that fire by Coach Tandy.
Yes, absolutely. Erica Foy has 5 rebounds.
And that's something you really didn't see a whole lot last year. Anybody on the staff in general. So that's a good thing I see. I see a lot more engaginess by the team this year. So that's a good sign. We never really got to preview, but last week the Indians beat Taylor 75-54. Is that correct, Dalton?
That is correct.
Okay.
Shot up by Yoakum, no good. Foy comes away with her 6th rebound. I think she was fouled. Again, no call. Now Foy swats at it. This one is no good. A rebound comes down to Netta Turner.
Good box out by Netta Cheddar, and she's fouled by number 23.
Coach Tandy not too happy. She looks over at the officials and said, how many times are they going to get hacked before you finally call it?
And that's the thing. Nowadays, the culture of basketball is foul after foul after foul. I do like the officials kind of swallowing the whistle and letting them play. But when we say swallow the whistle and let them play, they still called 14 fouls, 7 on both sides. So really a lot of fouls have been called.
Netta Turner misses her free throw into 1-and-1.
And you know something about Netta, she is a very streaky shooter. Some days she won't miss it, and the other day she never wants to touch the rock because it's just not falling.
They left Yoakum wide open for a jumper, no good. Foy comes away with her 7th rebound. And now she's pushing it up the court. Across half court goes Foy. She goes inside, and she double dribbled.
I will say that was good defense by Netta, though, to know that, hey, she's not a shooter. We'll sag off of her a little bit, and if she shoots, kind of close out on her a little bit. That's good defense to know the scouting report. It looks like so far the ladies know the scouting report.
And right now, Josh, the Lady Indians only have 1 turnover in this second quarter.
That must have been something Omega really keyed in on at the end of the first.
Again, they had 24 against Taylor.
And she got hit in the face with the basketball. Looks a little stunned. They're going to call a foul on Wabash. Committed against Tyler Bartell, number 4 for Wabash. It'll be a 1-and-1 for the Indians.
Bartell going to come down to the line. She has 7 points. Could make it 8 on this free throw, and if she hits them both, she'll have 9. I think she'll lead all Lady Indian scorers if she hits both of these free throws.
Yeah, the shots look pretty good so far here by Bartell. Free throws up, a little bit of iron, a little bit of backboard, and it's good.
So she has 8, and one more. This one is way short.
It about didn't hit nothing.
Shot up, shot off the glass, no.
Oh.
Turner with a good box out, rebounds it, saves it to
Oh, here we go.
Bartell.
Oh, beautiful. Beautiful decision, let's say that. It wasn't the most fundamental pass, but a beautiful decision.
It was a great decision by Hewitt to see her teammate was wide open, but like you said, not the best to pass. Number 12. Free throw, no. And Foy comes away with the board. Foy goes inside to the free throw line. Goes a little up and under move and puts it in. What a beautiful play by Foy. She has 10 points.
That looks pretty good, and she gets a steal over to Hallie Plank. They're going to call it an over and back, though.
Good effort and good hustle by Foy. And Aubrey Tan going to check in and replace Netta Turner. 27-15, a 12-point lead for the Lady Indians. Right now, the John Harrell prediction not going in his favor.
Correct.
Here's Higdon. Looks like she kind of shoved off, but a no call. Shot up off the glass. Good defense by Foy. Just a great play by Wabash. Here's Bartell. Inside the Plank, kicks it back out. Aubrey Tan launches a 3. This one's short. Looks like she rushed it.
She did. She didn't even have full control of the ball when she threw it up.
Lady Indians with a 10-point lead with 90 seconds to play in the first half. Shot up, no. Foy comes away with the board. Behind
look
the
at the
back
move.
pass by Foy. She goes up, and she is fouled. What a beautiful play by Foy. A little behind the back move, a little shake and bake there. Goes up, fouled.
That was definitely some shake and bake, Dalton.
Looked like Foy with the basketball. Looked like Cade Campbell juking out the defender on the football field. Goes right in between the traffic and puts it up, but this time she's fouled, and her free throw rolls in and out.
I agree 100% on that one. Riley McKee checks into the lineup for Allie Hewitt.
Free throw to come for Foy. This one is in and out again. It rolled in. I think that's out of bounds on Wabash. No.
Yeah, Hallie got her hand in there a little bit. But the scoreboard reads 27-17. Indians up with 1:20 here in the first half. Just a reminder, supposed to be Andrew Everett's coming up for an interview here at halftime to preview the boys' basketball season as we had last week.
Bartell with the steal. Riley McKee goes up. No. Foy trying to come up with the rebound.
It's going to be out of bounds, Mississinewa basketball.
The Wabash coach is down there just losing his mind.
He's liable to take off that tie about now.
I think he's sweating like he's been playing in the game.
I'll tell you what, the story, last year we played him, and I'm not kidding you, he took off his tie, unbuttoned his shirt, and he was not happy.
Foy is being fouled. They finally call it. She's looking over at her coach. Is like, what is going on?
And I'll tell you what, this guy right down here, Stone for the Wabash, he used to coach the men's basketball team as well and is the athletic director at Wabash right now. He's the athletic director and girls basketball coach and coached the men's team as well beforehand.
So Foy going to go to the line. Her free throw is up and good this time. Foy now has 12 points and make it 13.
I believe she had 28 the other night against Taylor.
Yeah, that was her career high.
She had a shove
she
off
walked.
and she traveled.
They called it. It's 29-17 with 47 seconds to play in the opening half. Elena Webb, we're going to see her.
I don't understand this move right here. You have 47 seconds left. She's already got 2 fouls. Sit her the final 47 and get into halftime.
I think she's trying to teach her a little bit of maturity. Don't pick up the foul.
That could be, but I just don't like this decision.
McKee gets it to Foy. We're down to 36.
It ain't worth the risk.
Now Foy dribbles to her left. Now kicks it out to Webb.
They're going to hold for one, I think, Dalton.
Now Webb to this side. Now to McKee. McKee.
Yeah, they're holding for the last shot. They're playing a stack formation here.
McKee to her left. Gets it over to Foy. Down to 10. Down to 9. Down to 8. Down to 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. And a turnover.
That's all right. That's all right. They're going to call a foul with 2 seconds here. Foul's going to be on Hallie Plank.
That's 11 turnovers in the first half for the Lady Indians.
So with 2 seconds on the Nicholson Realty scoreboard, Indians lead 29-17. 35 for Wabash. Up, no good. Webb with the rebound, 1 second on the clock. She tries to advance the ball, but no good. And at halftime, the Nicholson Realty scoreboard reached 29-17. We'll be back here in a few minutes, here on the Tribe Sports Network with the halftime show.
Welcome back to Mississinewa High School at the halftime break. Lady Indians lead 29-17, a 12-point lead. We're joined up here by the head varsity basketball coach of the Mississinewa boys team, Coach Andrew Everett's. Coach, coming in off of your first practice today, how was that?
It was, it was great. We had a really good practice. The guys worked really hard. I was really impressed. It was probably our best first practice since we've been here. The guys got after it. They were very focused. We're really excited to see what this group can do.
So how did the first 2 days of cuts go for you? How would you say your team looks after the first 2 days of tryouts, and what do you think about the cuts?
Sure. I mean, cuts always stink. We kind of hate that part of it. But it's always nice to have kids in the gym. We have a lot of kids that are interested in basketball. We try to do some stuff then for the guys that don't make it in the off season and get them improving so they have a shot the next year. But I felt like the tryout process was good this year. Our guys learned a lot. We probably learned more and got more done in our 2 tryout days. And then again, today was just a really great day overall. So I know we're 3 days in, but we're really excited.
So I know the scrimmage isn't until next Thursday, but what are some things you want to build up over the next couple practices before the scrimmage on Thursday? What do you want to work on to nail down and fix?
Sure. We've got a lot of stuff. Every day we've got a bunch of new stuff we're introducing, but I think our biggest theme is probably our defense. We just feel like this is a really strong group defensively, so we're trying to get them as good as we can possibly be. We're not going to focus as much as we're still going to get our offense in, but we won't have as many sets in as we normally do for the scrimmage because I don't think we need as many. I think our defense will create more offense this year.
So one last question. As you look at the team as a whole, from freshman team, C team, JV, and varsity, would you say this is probably the best program athletically and basketball talent-wise that you've coached in your career?
It is, and that's not a knock on any of the other teams I've had because we've been fortunate to have really good teams here. But yeah, overall, top to bottom, this is a very talented group. But, that doesn't mean we're going to win a lot of games. We still have a lot of work to do, but there's definitely a lot of potential with these guys.
And sorry, one last question I forgot to ask. As we talked last week about the sectional, kind of talk to us a little bit about where the sectional's hosted and what you think of some of the sectional teams again.
Sure. So the sectional is going to be at Belmont this year, which is a little disappointing. We were hoping maybe it was going to be more local. But it's always a tough sectional. We just don't see those teams a lot in the regular season, and all the teams in our sectional play really tough competition. So there are no bad teams. Marion's going to be really tough. They always are. I think Norwell's going to be really good as well. Not an easy sectional, but again, I think we're going to be good too. So it should be pretty competitive, and depending on the draw, you could have a really good sectional.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Coach, very much for coming up here and doing this, and we wish you the best of luck this season and moving forward.
Thank you guys so much.
We're back on the Tri-Sports Network. Josh, the first two went really well. You can see the Indians have a lot more energy, handling the ball very well.
Yeah. I think that so far this might be the best half I've seen of girls varsity basketball in a Mississinewa program, and arguably the last 5 years, other than Kaylee Barnes' team 2 years ago. So not last year, but 2 years ago when they had Riley Feller, Riley Oliver, Megan Elliott, and company. That was probably the best girls basketball team I have witnessed until we got to that sectional and we got beat. But I think this team is on their way to doing some fantastic things. And the good thing about this team is they're still so young. One senior is playing for the Indians consistently, and that would be Erica Foy. The only other senior I can think of is Netta Turner and Holly Greer. So if you look at this basketball team, yeah, Erica's probably the best overall. But you think of the people that could fill her shoes and continue to bring the program upward. Omega got blessed with some very, very good basketball players. Elena Webb's going to fall into her own. She's going to be pretty good. Bartell next year could have a very good season, and she's already having a good season this year. So it's just something to think about.
Yes, very young and a lot of time to grow and get better as the years come on.
And we're back here on the Tri-Sports Network for the start of the third quarter. Wabash comes out with the ball. Layup up, easy layup is up and is good. 29-19 is the score. Erica Foley gives it to Allie Hewitt. Gives it to Elena Webb in the middle of the court. Right at the end, she sets up the offense. She's looking, sets it up over to Bartell on the left side wing. They're trying to direct the offense, but 21 bumps her, and that's a foul.
I think that's Yoakum's third. Here is Plank. Fights for it. I think we're going to have a turnover on the Lady Indians. And we do. That is turnover number 12.
We just want to thank Coach Andrew Everts for coming up here and talking with us. We had a very, very good interview with him as to see what the boys basketball team is going to look like. It's going to look like it's going to be a pretty good team for Coach Andrew Everts and crew. So Wabash with the ball, 29-19 as you can see on your scoreboard at home. Wabash is slowing the tempo down, trying to not let the Indians run on them. They keep swinging it around the perimeter. Almost to back court, but they save it. That's a good throw to the high post out, back to the corner for a three by number 21, Bailey Yoakum, and it's good.
Oh, nice pass from Webb. Foy trying to throw it to Plank. And guess what?
The old TO, as they like to call it.
It's a turnover, number 13. We're going to name our turnovers. This one is Tracy.
That's what we want to call it. That's what we're going to call it, Dalton. And that's a turnover on Wabash. It'll be Mississinewa ball. And Ryan, as you sit here and look at the ball game, what do you think so far here in about the first 2 minutes that the Indians have did good and what they did bad?
Keeping the ball under control. Keeping the ball under control, working the ball down the court, getting the shots up, and that's what they're doing very well.
Yeah, here comes a shot up and no good. Back the other way comes Foy across the timeline. She's going to look. She's going to drive inside, put a shot up. No good. Gets her own rebound, turns around, puts it up. No.
And a
But
jump ball is called.
Erica Foy has a double-double, her second straight double-double this season. 13 points and 10 rebounds.
And Coach Turner has migrated from the student section to under the basket with the students.
Coach Turner going to let him have it. Here's Foy. Goes inside. She's fouled. I think she's going to go to the line to shoot 2. Let's see if it's on the floor, if she gets 2. Fouls on Lady Apache, number 21, Bailey Yoakum, her 4th, team 2nd. And going to inbound the ball is Elena Webb. She gets it to Plank. She goes up and misses it.
And as Omega said in the pregame, you have to hit the bunnies. You have to hit the layups if you want to be successful.
I'm excited to see what the numbers are for shots around the basket. I'll be able to hear that from her tomorrow. Here is the shot up. And a 3-point basket. Wabash sticking around. Here's Webb, goes across the timeline, brings it back out, throws it over to Foy. Now to Netta Turner. She launches the 3-ball.
Baby, Netta Chitterball for 3.
Netta Turner launched the 3, hit it off an assist from Erica Foy. Here comes the shot, and no. Here is Foy to Bartell. Bartell inside. She got hacked in a no call. Coach Tandy looking around trying to say, did you not see that? (32-25). Here is Webb to Bartell, swings it over and tipped out of bounds, and back goes the Indians to pass the ball inbounds. (32-25). We got some sweat or something on the ball. The official's going to come over and wipe it off. Now we're good to go.
Sorry for the technical difficulties, folks. There's a little too much crowd noise.
Here is Elena Webb. Gets it over to Bartell. Bartell looks. Now she's trying to get it to Turner. Now she threw it away, and it's the 14th turnover for the Lady Indians. Running back the other way is Higdon. Throws it up, put it in, and count the foul. Foul's going to go on Netta Turner. It's going to be her second.
And Omega wants a timeout.
Timeout. Mississippi wants a full timeout. 32-27. Coach Tandy not too happy. 4:21 left in the third. We'll step aside for 1 minute. Come back. This is IHSAA Girls Basketball live from Mississinewa High School. So here we are back at Mississinewa High School. Start coming out of the timeout. You know, they say the start of the second half. Some slow-moving second half here. But so far, the Lady Indians have had control most of the game, but now Wabash gets a little bit of momentum, and I like what Coach Tandy does there. She takes the timeout.
That was a much-needed timeout there by the Indians.
So going to the free throw line is number 4, Carmen Higdon. And her free throw is up and nothing but net. Here comes the pressure from the Lady Apaches. Here's Foy.
And as Foy is the veteran, she has to take care of the basketball.
Gets it to Webb. Webb goes up, puts it in, and off an assist from Tyler Bartell.
She's got a pretty good-looking shot, if you ask me. Look at her hustle back on the defense. But oh, she shuffled the feet. She traveled.
Higdon goes up. Foy grabs her 11th rebound.
That was a no call there by officials that they missed.
Here's Foy behind the back. Goes up on the free throw line. No, I didn't like the shot.
Yeah, that's a forced shot there by Foy. She's got to let the game come to her. That was a force.
We're used to seeing Foy just let it rain and let it fly last year, but now she's got a little bit of help this year. She's not really forced to shoot it.
And the basket's good by number 4 and the foul. Basket counts 34-30. So if we remember here just a few seconds ago, if you think about it, the score was 29-17 at halftime. Now we're 34-30.
Higdon hits the free throw. And now Bartell. Bartell to Hewitt. Hewitt over to Bartell. Bartell back to Webb. Now Webb. And the ball's thrown away. And that's turnover number 15. Inside. Looked like it should be an offensive foul. They're going to call a blocking foul. I thought Webb had the position. You know, she's not moving. She's standing there flat with her hands up. But, you know. She's in the restricted area.
See, in my opinion, that's a no call. Webb was not. And see, my definition of a charge is you're set or you have position. I don't think she was moving her feet the correct way. I believe that should have been a no call. I don't think it should have been a foul, period. It should have been a play on.
Foul was on Elena Webb. You can tell she's frustrated with that call. And Riley McKee comes into the lineup for the Lady Indians. Here is Greer, and a turnover on the Lady Indians. It's number 16. Higdon up, puts it in. Wabash takes the lead. Here comes Bartell back the other way. In the corner to Foy. Fakes the shot, goes inside, and she throws it out of bounds. That's turnover number 17. Things are getting ugly here for the Lady Indians. Like they've had problems with the past 5 years, they can't break the press.
They can't break the press, and they can't win when it's needed.
Shot up, put in by number 12, J.C. Parrott.
I think Omega needs to call another timeout here. Not only can they not break the press, they can't
Here's
defend
McKee.
the press.
She's got her pocket stripped.
That's another turnover by the Indians.
Inside, shot up, shot no, rebound Allie Hewitt.
And the only way to break the press is to run up tempo and get the ball down the court, and a turnover.
Another turnover on the Lady Indians. That is number 18. And we've got a carry on Wabash. I think Coach Tandy's going to take a timeout, and she does. Timeout, Coach Tandy. Let's see. It's a 30-second timeout. 37-34 Wabash. 2:25 left in the third quarter. Josh, the turnovers are killing the Lady Indians right now.
I mean, how many turnovers do you have for them, Dalton?
I've got 18 turnovers on the Lady Indians.
And I'll be honest with you, Dalton, we had one turnover in the second quarter. We had, I think, 8 or 9 in the first quarter, and now the turnover bug has come back to haunt them. And let me tell you, the way to quit turning the ball over is she's going to go and do a press breaker here, is what they're talking about. And look who they brought to the bench now. Mr. Willie Barnes is into the action now. They're bringing all the stops out to get this win. I wonder what Kaylee thinks about that one. I just want to say congratulations to Coach Kaylee Barnes on getting a job at Bluffton High School as the varsity assistant coach.
Here is playing to Hewitt. Hewitt cross-court pass to McKee. McKee throws it, gets it to Bartell. Bartell thought about a three. Now Hewitt does launch the three. This one a little too strong. Fought for out of bounds. It's going to be Lady Indian basketball. But Allie Hewitt launched a three ball, and it was way too strong and out of bounds off of Old Lady Apache. So now, getting the ball is Bartell. She shoots the three ball. This one way too strong.
And the way the Indians are going to get back to a tie or the lead is they have to get Erica involved, get her running off screens, trying to find a way for her to get the ball and score.
You got to take better shots than threes. You can't just live by the three.
Yes, you can't keep on jacking them up, or it's going to be a long rest of the third and the fourth for the Indians.
That's what Wabash wants you to do. That's why they're leaving you open. Shot off the glass and in by the Lady Apaches. Allie Hewitt gets it to Foy.
That's who needs to be bringing up the ball at this point. You need a veteran bringing up the ball for the Indians.
Inside, out of bounds on Foy. That is turnover number 19.
I don't think that went off on Erica. I honestly think that went off on Wabash player's foot.
I'm looking over at Erica's dad, and he is definitely not too happy with what he's seeing.
I don't believe Hallie Plank's parents are either. That's got to be Mississinewa ball.
And it is. So, minute 22 left in the third, and Wabash got a ton of momentum here so far in this third quarter. Allie Hewitt going to inbound the ball. And now she gets it to Riley McKee, who walks across the half-court line. Now she gets it over to Allie Hewitt. Hewitt trying to direct traffic, looks to get it inside. Now she brings it back out. She's doubled. In the corner goes McKee. Shot fake. Gets it out to Bartell. She shoots the three ball. This one is good off an assist from Riley McKee.
She is not afraid to shoot that, and here we go. And here comes the Indians with a little bit of pressure. They got to do a better job if they're going to pressure, because then they leave numbers for Wabash. Fortunately, Wabash didn't get back, and they didn't have numbers, but that is a way. Oh, and a good pass break up there by Riley McKee, and it's going to be a foul on Wabash. Hallie Plank with the ball got fouled.
Officials having a talk with Plank. She swung her arm around and hit the other player. I don't think it was intentionally, but the officials are saying, hey, you got to watch that.
Well, what's going on here? The two officials are just sitting here looking at each other. They're not even calling a foul. They're calling 4 on Wabash with a foul. This official didn't know what he was doing, and this official had his hand up for 20 seconds and didn't know what to do.
Allie Hewitt to inbound, gets it to Foy.
That is how you break the press.
Bartell goes inside.
Don't force the pass. Do not force that pass.
That's turnover number 20.
Don't jump, Erica. She's got to sit down and take that charge.
Shot up by Wabash is in.
Hey, get it and go. They got to get it and go to where they don't get that press. See, when they sit there and they hold the inbound, you cannot break the press. Oh, Bartell.
Goes up. Left hand, and she is
fouled,
but she's going to go to the line.
The way the Indians are going to break the press is as soon as that ball goes in or as soon as they get the rebound,
they
have to push the basketball to where the defense cannot set up for Wabash, because they've shown that the press, and at the end of the third quarter, Omega's going to get her troops together, and she's going to explain to them this is what you have to do.
And missed free throws have havoc the Indians tonight. Bartell has missed her third free throw tonight. The Lady Indians have 5 missed free throws. If you make all 5 of those, you're up by 1.
Yeah, and those are huge things for teams, is you have to hit the free bunnies. You're never going to have a more open shot in your life.
And Bartell gets this one to drop in.
She had just enough English on that one to fall.
The Lady Indians pressuring big time here.
That's a good press by the Indians.
Allie Hewitt, little Euro step, goes up, wants the foul. Got her own rebound. Foy comes up with it. We got a jump ball.
Mississinewa ball.
Lady Apache fans very upset, wanting to travel.
Never mind.
Hewitt was blocked. She got her own rebound. That's why it's not a travel.
That would be correct. The ball was tipped. But I believe there was a foul on the play that they missed. But anyways, jump ball possession. Wabash still by Erica Foy. Puts it up and in. 40-41, 5 seconds. Can the Indians get one more stop before the end of the third quarter? They will not do so. At the end of 3, here on the Nicholson Realty scoreboard, Mississinewa trails Wabash 40-41. We will be back here in a minute on the Tribe Sports Network. We are back here on the Tribe Sports Network, and let's send it back over to Dalton as we continue to bring us coverage of tonight's contest between Wabash and Mississinewa.
Thank you so much, Josh. And like I said, we'll talk to our offensive and defensive player of the game at the conclusion of this game, along with Coach Tandy in the basket the other way for Wabash. And back-to-back turnovers for the Lady Indians. They've got 22 turnovers. Anytime you have 22 turnovers, you're 9 times out of 10 not going to win the game.
And we see some of the girls' basketball team walking around to raise money for something I'm unaware of.
Here is a steal by Allie Hewitt. She's running the court, goes with a Euro step. She's fouled. Oh, they called it a jump ball.
And we are back here, and Wabash with the ball, 43-40, they're down. Allie Hewitt with the steal. Never mind, wasn't a steal, but it goes out of bounds. It'll be Mississinewa basketball. Tyler Bartell to inbound for the Indians. Gets it into Elena Webb. Webb thinks about it at the top of the key at the volleyball line. Tries to get it into Erica, does so. Erica looks, swings it out to Bartell for three. Got it! 3-point basket, Tyler Bartell. And it's a tie ball game here as the Indians try to get back the lead.
Bartell feeling it tonight. Wild shot up.
Good
rebound
by the
Donnerwick.
Indians, and she throws it out of bounds.
Turnover after turnover after turnover.
Madison Donnerwick got the rebound, looked for Bartell up ahead, and let me tell you, Bartell was not paying attention.
23 turnovers. And, you know, you can't have 23 turnovers and expect to win the game, but right now it's tied.
Let's just say this is not the offense we saw the other day, but good steal by Allie Hewitt. Over to Webb and back to Foy. She brings it up for the Indians.
Right now, Josh, I don't know who our defensive and offensive player of the game is. You can go either way for
it. Could go either way.
Player. We'll try to discuss that more towards the end.
Webb to Foy. Foy out to Plank for two. No good.
Foy with the rebound.
And she's fouled on the play.
Holy cow. The Lady Indians, something has just gotten into them. They're fired up. They know they don't want to lose this game.
Yeah, this means something to them. They're trying their best to turn this program around, and this means a lot to them.
Plank up. They're going to call a foul on the floor. Plank is having all kinds of trouble. She must have tore Wabash in half last year because they've got her doubled this year.
Yes.
Foul is on Lady Apache, number 4. Carmen Higdon, her 4th, team 6th. Elena Webb to inbound it.
The good thing about the double team on her, though, is it gives Erica a chance possibly to get more touches. Bartell with the ball at the top of the key over to Webb. Webb at the top of the key now at the M of the volleyball line, brings it over to the right side wing.
She gets it to Foy.
And Foy will think at the top of the key. Webb's wide open, but she swings it over to Hewitt. Hewitt brings it over to Bartell for three. No good.
I liked the pass from Hewitt.
And I like the shot from Bartell. Back they go, swings it to the corner. Back to the right side, top of the key. Over for three. Got it.
Higdon drilled it.
And there's going to be a timeout, Wabash.
46-43, 5:41 left in the ball game. We'll step aside for 60 seconds and come back. This is Mississinewa Lady Indian basketball on the Tribe Sports Network. Back on the Tribe Sports Network, Erica Foy gets the inbound pass. Now she's going to look and dribble to her left, and she's fouled by number 22.
And that should be 1-1 for the Indians.
The next foul, I think, is going to be 1-1. It is a 1-1 they could. So Foy goes to the line for a 1-1. She's got to hit these. Foy with, I think we've got her with 15.
I like how they huddle up like this. This is what our boys team needs to do. Brings them more together, in my opinion.
Yeah, I heard Coach Tandy tell them this earlier today when I got here. She asked them a question, so they must have went over this in practice. She said, what do we do when there's a dead ball? And they all said, huddle up. Here comes the free throw from Foy. This one is nothing but net.
Tell you what, she's improved dramatically on the free throw line this year.
Down the stretch, you've got to hit your free throws.
Especially in a close contest like so.
This one also is...
Man, that's the announcer jinx right there. I give her a compliment, and she misses. My fault.
Deflection
Erica.
from Foy, and here she comes. Now she's going to spot up for a three.
Oh.
Plank comes away with it, throws it up. I like the effort.
Yeah, she might have got fouled there, but good effort nonetheless. And wide open on the drive and the fast break, and it's an easy two for Wabash. Foy with the ball, brings it up to Webb. Webb crosses the timeline.
She's trapped, and they threw it away. That is turnover number 24. Deflection. They called it kicked ball. She almost got away with it.
Yeah, she kicked it, but she did almost get away with it. Unforced turnovers is the story here for the Indians so far.
Down the stretch, you can't have turnovers, and you got to hit your free throws. A wide open three for Higdon, and it's good. Right now, I don't see a way the Lady Indians can come back from this the way they're playing. But there's still 4 minutes left. The game's not over, and there's plenty of talent on this Lady Indian team. They just got to have to play as a team and take smart shots. Here's Webb. Tries to go with it. She needs to bring it back out and set up the offense and get things settled down. Here is Foy.
Got to get the ball in her hands.
Bartell goes inside. Floater up. No call. She wants a foul. Pressure.
You can't be taking shots like that. With 4 minutes left, the ball has to be in Erica's hands every possession. I'm not saying she has to shoot it every possession. It needs to be in her hands every possession.
Lady Indians got to keep pressure, and I think Wabash is going to try to hold.
They're going to hold. They're going to force the Indians to make a mistake. We need to force them to make a mistake. Dead ball.
You got to trap her.
Oh, they should have had that.
Lady Indians pressuring the ball.
Eventually, Wabash is going to turn the ball over. It's essential. Or I believe it's a
She
must.
stepped over the half-court line.
Over the half-court line. They missed it. They will mess up if they continue to hold the ball. It is inevitable.
Knocked away from Hewitt.
Good
You got to stay with it. You can't just knock it away and give up.
Yeah.
Wabash doing a great job, though, keeping the ball away from the Lady Indians.
I thought there for a second they were giving the ball to Mississinewa.
The Indian fans would have loved that one.
Oh, we would have loved it.
Now Taylor Alger comes in, fresh legs, and she's quick.
Yeah, they're bringing her for the speed and the defense. They got to trap. Erica's got to put her foot on the half-court line, and they have to trap that.
Wabash just going to hold. They're going to put Tan in, too.
They're going to have to start fouling here within the first couple seconds. Or within a minute. If it gets to 2:30 and they still have the ball, they're going to have to start fouling, or this ball game's as good as done.
Oh.
She's calling for 5. I thought it was 5 as well. They're going to play keep away.
Lady Indians have got to foul or get a steal right now. You've got to go.
I'm saying it's about time to start fouling. Well, you know they're not going to shoot it.
You got to start fouling. You can't just let this go on for 3 minutes. You've got to foul.
Let's see what she decides. Maybe she's got something in the pocket we're not aware of. Now I think we're yelling foul. They're ready to foul here, I think, because Omega started to show some signs. That's got to be a 5-second call. Has to be 5 seconds. You got to be telling me what in the world.
She's had her back to the basket for 10 seconds, and the officials are not seeing it.
Hey, that's a 5-second call.
Now that he's decided to foul, she had her back to the basket for 10 to 15 seconds, and they're just not seeing it. Aubrey Tan into the lineup. A full timeout, Mississinewa with 2:15 left in the game. 51-44. Back after this on the Tribe Sports Network. Back on the Tribe Sports Network, let's see out of the timeout what Coach Tandy has up her sleeve. Good defense by the Lady Indians. You're going to have to start fouling. You got to get a steal or you got to foul now.
Well,
she stepped over the half-court line. It's a turnover.
And that's good defense by the Indians. You saw when they came out of the timeout that they were talking about, she must have drew up some kind of press for them to run.
That's exactly what you wanted right there if you're an Indian. Now you've got to execute on offense.
You have to.
You don't have to have a three. You just got to get a bucket.
It is imperative that you do.
Here's Ulrich.
Oh, no. Good decision.
Foy is fouled, and now Foy going to go to the line.
For the 1-and-1.
You can't miss your free throws down the stretch. You have got to hit your free throws. Here we go. Let's see what Foy has in the back pocket. Free throw is long. Rebound, Bartell. And off of a Lady Apaches, Lady Indians get a break there with a missed free throw by Foy.
Good decision by Bartell to try to feed that thread.
Right now, it's a two-possession game if the Lady Indians have hit their free throws all game. Ulrich launches a three-ball. She hit it!
Baby!
Taylor Ulrich on an inbound pass. Hits the three.
Left her wide open.
If somehow the Lady Indians come back and win this game, that's the play of the game.
They had a trap in the corner. They missed the trap.
I think you've got to start fouling. I think at this point you've got to start fouling.
I don't know. Well, I'd say so, minute 30.
You've got to start fouling.
Well, they have fouls to give, so they need to foul now.
You've got to foul. You've got to foul. You've got to foul.
Okay, now she's saying foul. Now she's saying foul. Now she's saying foul.
At this point, you've got to foul, and you got to hope they miss free throws. That's your only hope.
Well, and the funny thing is, they still don't have enough fouls to shoot free throws. That's why I'm saying you have to foul.
One more free throw.
And
that's
why you were screaming it in my ears, you have to foul.
Foul them. There's no need to wait.
There you go. Tan's willing to give it up. I think Webb has 4.
Yeah,
so
you don't want
to foul. How many does Webb have? Do you got it down?
She has 3. I've got her for 3. She possibly could have 4. But Bailey Yoakum went to the line. Yoakum missed a couple early. Let's see if we can get her to miss here. 1:08 left. Here comes the free throw. It is a miss. In her fight for the rebound, saved by
and
Foy.
her foot was out of bounds, too, so that's a good call that they missed. Look at Tan in the corner. Webb pulls up for 3. No good.
It's not a good shot.
I kind of like the shot, a little pull-up, but I think you could have swung it to the corner for Tan. Now, if we're being honest, Webb is probably the better shooter.
Do you foul instantly, or do you hope for the steal?
You wait about 3 seconds to see if you can get the steal.
Got a jump ball. I think it's Indian
Possession,
ball.
Mississinewa.
It is Indian basketball.
That's why you never foul right off the get-go. You wait a few seconds. Indians have to score within 10 to 15 seconds or the daylight might be over.
Inbound to Ulrich. Ulrich wide open, a three!
Puts it up, no good. They have to foul now. You wait 5. They try to get the steal. They didn't get it, foul.
That's a good play. You got to foul. Ulrich had a good look at it.
The question for the Indians now, are they willing to trade threes for twos? Are they willing to trade twos and hopefully missing free throws? I think the best bet is they're a better shooting team than they are down low, so I think you continue. You're going to have to pull the trigger, especially with 48 and down 4 and a chance to extend. Have to shoot the 3 ball.
And the way Bartel's been filling it, you know, do you give it to her? Missed free throw again.
That had to have been a foul.
And here comes
Foy. You
Foy.
have to go, Erica.
You can't wait. You've got to go. Foy wants to be. They're fouling Foy. Foy going to go to the line. She was hit right in the face. Wabash fans very upset, but it's definitely a blatant foul.
She was fouled on this side free throw line before she even got past the half-court line. I don't know what they're complaining about. And that's her 5th foul, and she is out of the contest.
You've got to hit your free throws. If you hit both of these, it's a one-possession game. Then you foul, and you hope for a miss.
Well, this is my strategy. If you hit both of these, praise the Lord. If you hit both of these, it's now one-possession game. Either way, you play it out about 5 to 10 seconds. See if you can get a 10-second call. See if you can get a steal. If not, as soon as they cross half court, you foul immediately.
Her free throw rimmed in and out.
Let's see what happens. And they fouled immediately, and I do not like that. Now, yes, it saves time. If you foul immediately, it saves time, but it doesn't give the defense a chance to maybe not give up free throws, hopefully get the steal and get the basket. I don't like that call.
9 missed free throws for the Lady Indians in this game.
Well, let's hope that they missed a couple here. Let's see if they can miss another one. They got a box out. They do not box out. And they're fouled immediately. You have to box out. That'll be 2 shots now for the Lady Apaches.
Things are going your way. You missed free throws. You've got to get that rebound.
And they didn't box out. I don't know who was down on the low block, but you just didn't box out.
Elena Webb as a guard, and she's got to play in the low block because the Lady Indians don't have the size.
And then they turn around and punish you with it.
Allie Hewitt going to come in. She's going to replace Tan. I think that's just for a bigger body. Now I would switch Hewitt and.
I think Tan was the one that missed the box out. Either way, it's a 2-possession game no matter what happens. And they put the best free throw shooter at the line. They have to go. Has to be a 3. Well, it doesn't have to be, but we prefer it to be.
Bartel, 3 ball. No.
That was way off.
I don't like how you rush it. I would have went for 2.
Hand in the face and body foul here on Elena Webb. And this might do it. Omega's talking to Corey thinking, what can we do? 27 seconds and down 5. I've seen teams come back from 20 or with 27 left, come back from 5. This is doable. Will it happen, though? I do not know.
You got to have missed free throws. This is what I'd have did. I'd have went down and I'd have hit a 2 and made them hit the free throws.
They're punishing you now with the free throws. They missed the one we wanted them to miss, and we could not get the rebound.
Add 9 to the Lady Indians score. What's the score?
Would be a win.
Exactly. That's the missed free throws. That's the difference in the game.
Timeout, Mississinewa. So I guess I don't know if we'll be having a whole lot of interviews after the game or not, depending on the turnout here. We'll at least have the interview with Coach Tandy most likely, but I'm not sure about the player. Well, we'll try to get at least hopefully 1 or 2 players. I don't know if they'll be wanting to interview with the score the way it is.
If you add 9 to 48, it's 57-55. Indians with the lead. Wabash has to score here.
Yeah.
You missed 9 free throws. That's why you're down 55-48. That's the difference in this game. Also, you can't have 29 turnovers. You got 29 turnovers.
And, you know, every basketball team can say after the game, well, we shouldn't have 29 turnovers. We should have hit all of our free throws. That doesn't change anything. That's just the what-if game. It don't matter if you even win by 40. You can still go back and say, well, we could have won by 60. We could have won by 50. It could have been better. That's the kind of stuff that you can't just sit there and say. You have to go back the next day in the film room, and that's the next day you got to go back and you got to get the practice going, and you got to improve those things. They just don't happen by saying it. You have to practice those things. And that's why if the Indians lose, I'm not saying a loss is better, but if they lose, this will be a huge learning curve for the Indians. Roll it. Roll it. Oh, they should have rolled it.
Bartell wide open, takes her time with a three.
Oh.
This one hits the rim and falls out.
That should do it.
And that's going to do it.
That should do it. That's a double dribble.
Shot up and good.
Yeah, that's going to do it.
That's it. Webb's fouled out of the game.
And with 13 seconds here, as the Indians fans are probably kind of disappointed after they led the basketball game 29-17 at halftime and led in the third quarter 34-30, and then it all went downhill after that. And the predictor was pretty close. The Indians were predicted to lose by 9. They lose by 10 on the Nicholson Realty scoreboard. On the Nicholson Realty scoreboard, the final from Mississinewa. Wabash 58, Mississinewa 48. We're going to take a quick break here and hopefully sit it down to the sideline with Dalton Bishop for the coaches' postgame show with Omega Tandy, and I would say probably 1 or 2 player interviews, but we'll see. But this is the postgame show presented to you by Nicholson Realty here on the Tribe Sports Network.
Test, test.
Welcome back on the Tribe Sports Network. We're going to send it on to the sideline with Dalton Bishop.
Thanks, guys. As Lady Indians lose tonight, 58-48, just awaiting Coach Tandy out of the locker room and a couple of the players. Then we'll come back down to you and have a few interviews, and then we'll wrap things up.
All righty, thank you, Dalton, and we'll be back shortly on the Tribe Sports Network. We're back on the Tribe Sports Network. We're going to send it to Dalton Bishop.
Thanks, guys, so much as the Lady Indians come up with a loss tonight, 58-48, losing by 10. Coach Tandy's joining me now on the post-game. Coach, not the ideal interview after leading the game the entire first half. Anytime you got 24 turnovers and 9 missed free throws, things normally are not going to go your way.
Absolutely. You know, we didn't do a good job of taking care of the ball tonight. I feel like we got sped up and we were rushed in situations, but the very good thing about this is that we can learn from it. It's early and move on. You know, our team needed to get a gut check today, and we got it. And so I'm really excited that we can move forward and improve.
Coach, as I looked at my stats, when you had 48 points, 27 seconds left in the game, you had 9 of those free throws, you're up by 2, and Wabash has to make the shot. So what's the game plan? What do you talk about this week to prepare for Saturday?
Yeah, absolutely. We have to put the ball in the basket, and I said that before, even when whether it's layups or whether it's free throws or whatever it is, we got to put the ball in the basket. And so I'm excited because those are things that we can control, and so we can put the ball in the basket, and our girls just needed to have this reality check. I mean, I think we've been really excited about our program and what we can do, but we need to understand that we have to play hard every single possession in order for us to be successful.
Coach, thank you for your time, and we'll see you on Saturday.
Okay, thank you very much.
Back to you guys. We'll have Erica Foy and Elena Webb here in just a few minutes.
Well, welcome back to Mississinewa High School, where Dalton Bishop is with Erica Foy and Elena Webb.
Thanks, Josh. Erica Foy with me after the Lady Indians lose tonight. Erica, 17 points, 17 rebounds. From what did you see out there that maybe you guys could have done better to win tonight's game?
We definitely could have just slowed down the pace. We were playing at their pace. We weren't playing at ours. We got good shots up, but we forced a lot of shots. We should have just played our game.
What are some of the things you feel like you need to work on to prepare for Saturday?
Definitely not forcing passes. We had a lot of turnovers that we can minimize. Just taking better shots.
Erica, thank you for your time and good luck on Saturday.
Thank you.
And then we'll step over and get a word with Elena Webb. Elena, I thought you played pretty well defensively. A couple of tough calls that necessarily may not have been fouls, but it's early in the season. They're going to make those kind of calls. Again, what did you think you guys could have possibly done better to win tonight's game?
I think just slow down the offense and just run it how we know how to run it. I think we, like Erica said, we forced it a lot.
And again, the same thing I asked her, what do you feel like you guys need to do to prepare for Saturday?
I think just slow down and play our game, not let other teams get in our head.
Elena, thank you for your time, and we'll see you on Saturday.
You too.
Back to you, Josh.
From Mississinewa High School on the Tribe Sports Network, I'm Ryan Scott. Alongside with me is Josh Dakin and Dalton Bishop. Have a pleasant evening and good night.